There it went. Okay. It says, okay, there it goes. It's going now. Cool. Yeah, so I guess I did get the multi-stream thing working. I was thinking that I was streaming off of StreamYards, but it wasn't working there. But it is now seems to be live streaming through OBS, so that's good. So, oh, I did mention something about there was a thank you. So the channel points did work. Cool. There was this was brought up on a podcast that I was watching. The COO of OBS, which is it's supposed to be it's open source, but there's like backers. Twitch backs them. There's like a bunch of like big companies that back the thing, so it's for free or whatever. But somebody had asked, hey, can you please like install a Rumble drop down? And the COO basically come back and said they will never do that because Rumble is full of racists or some crap like that. Which is, to me, it's such a weird thing. It's like, so literally every platform is. YouTube is, Twitch. None of these people, they're not saints. They're not. So how can you judge one harshly and the other,
and not judge all of them? Well, it's the same thing we keep asking fucking Nintendo.
It allows OnlyFans. OBS allows you to stream. It allows
OnlyFans.
Yes, it does. Which is, I mean, OnlyFans started out as like a Patreon competitor, and then it just got taken over by whores.
Thoughts.
Whores. Let's be honest. So it's kind of crazy. Yeah, I really hope somebody takes it, and because these things should.
It's kind of like I keep hoping that someone will take over for Twitch, because it's dying.
Well, so
it's dying so hard.
We will see. It would be really funny if Amazon decides to sell it and Rumble buys Twitch. Because they would be smart to do that. Like, honestly, they would be smart.
They would.
To buy, because Rumble is gaining ground on the live stream stuff. Like, they have.
Ooh,
because they picked up a lot. And I really need to do more research on trying to stream and put my videos and stuff on Rumble. Because a lot of creators have gone over and are using Rumble as like. So if you started your own website or whatever, like you had your own page, you could use Rumble services instead of like Google services to host your videos. You used to, like, most of the time you would use like a Chrome or whatever kind of service or whatever. But you can use Rumble, and then you can also use Rumble's infrastructure to set up your own like subscription service or whatever, and it links to Rumble. So, for example, like Side Scrollers, it was this podcast that I've been watching. They've got Side Scrollers Plus. So if you go to Side Scrollers Plus, their website, it says sign in through Rumble, and then you basically, if you sign up for like a Plus subscription through their website, it also gives you like basically premium stuff on Rumble.
I like that.
Yeah,
that's a nice little thing.
So it would be like if I went and subscribe to Nemo, but then all the rest of Twitch would be like I subbed to them. You know what I mean? So you wouldn't have the ads and all this other crap. Or something similar to that. So it's like a premium membership, but it goes through other.
It would be like if you subbed and sent me basically the equivalent of Prime on YouTube, but it also counted for Twitch.
Right. Well, no, what I mean is like, so somebody subs to your channel, but then goes to somebody else's channel and gets the benefits of the sub. That's how I was meaning it. So it's basically like you're signing up for like premium, like, so you sign up by subbing to you. It's like signing up for like YouTube Premium or something like that, or Discord Nitro or something. It's something similar to that. Is how.
You don't have to pay each individual person to get that benefit, is what you're saying.
And
that's nice.
Supposedly they take less of a cut than most people for like direct donations and stuff. Rumble
that's what I've been hearing.
So I don't know. There's a lot of pros to it. I mean, it is more free speech, but at the same time, they're also going to have rules, and I think maybe more fairly done. See, that's the thing. Like, even YouTube has got some sketchy stuff on it. You know what I mean? Like it's got some
Mm-hmm.
like stuff that they get away with somehow. You know, anyway, I don't know. I'm looking into going over there. I've been wanting to for a while. I think you got to have like so many subscribers. So basically, you got to get like a handful of people to like subscribe to you to basically verify you, more or less, to start
Yeah.
live streaming. So you have to have like 5 subscribers or whatever before you can even start live streaming or something like that.
I mean, if that's the case, if folks are interested in, because I do want to branch out from Twitch.
Yeah.
It's been, I used to get the occasional monthly payments that I could actively live on, with ad revenue and everything included. Not anymore. By the way, I do have to say, sorry, I didn't really get a break in between streaming now.
Right,
So
you
I'm
did
going to
not.
go visit
Yeah,
Little Bee's room.
go take a break. I totally forgot. Yeah. Go take a break.
Yeah.
I will vamp for a little bit. We will look at a few things.
I'll be back in a few minutes. I'll be watching via my phone. So
okay, yeah, we'll see you in a minute. Okay, guys. We will just move on. So we'll let Nemo see it again when she comes back. But like, so this was a clip from Side Scrollers podcast that I saw today where we were talking about. So in the news with Nintendo supposedly suing for every little thing that somebody else has done that they claim that they did first or whatever, they seemingly stole Sonic music weirdly, and it's very funny to me just to see this. So I'll bring this up. Let me share the screen. Share audio. Okay, so here's the clip from Side Scrollers, and let's let me turn the volume up. Okay.
What is extremely similar and begs the question of
let me rewind it.
Why would you do that?
We'll let you guys be the judge here. Okay, so once again, this is for the welcome tour here. I mean, that is like
it's very similar.
It's just a toned down Green Hill Zone, man.
But it's extremely similar and begs the question of why would you do that, Nintendo? Of all the things to compose, why that one? You know?
I'm with you on that.
I think
it makes a whole lot of sense. We have this. I'm trying to see if there's any. Here we go. Let's see. Oh, this is a fan made concept. I'm just looking on YouTube real fast to see if there's actual footage of this, because I would love to actually go in and see.
So I've been trolling pretty hard on any post that somebody posts about Nintendo. Somebody posted they did a video showcase, like a 30-second showcase video of the new carrying case that the Switch 2 will come in. It looks exactly. I think it's taking your webcam. Of course it is. Hang on, let me fix that. It says microphone Yeti. It says it's going through the Yeti. It was OBS maybe? Hang on, let me check OBS. I can hear shit dying on one human. What? Huh? Is there another video playing? Hang on. I was gonna say, I don't think I have another video playing. I'm looking at my audio here. The only thing I have is my audio. Yeah, let me check my... Okay. Is that better? It was set to default, which I thought my... I think that should be better now. It was set to default, which I thought I had my Yeti mic set as default too, but maybe it screwed up. Oh my god, so much better. Yeah, okay. So it was OBS. Sorry, my bad. I didn't realize it would switch stuff for whatever reason. Of course it did. Okay. So yeah. Anyway, so I had shit on this. They were showcasing the case for the Nintendo Switch 2, and it was a carrying case. It was just like the exact same carrying case that I have for my Switch, except a little bigger or whatever to fit the Switch 2's bigger size. And then my comment was, you now owe Nintendo $8.99 for watching this trailer. So this just goes to show you that they're trying to charge for everything. And once Nemo gets back, we'll talk about the gaming stuff. I'm actually really curious about some of the gaming price increases and how they're almost all developers and studios and stuff are on this united front of, well, it's just the natural course. All games should be $80 now or $90, and you should feel honored to pay that much money for these games and shit like that. And I'm gonna be 100% with you. You don't have the same value. So I was thinking about this earlier this morning. I used to, every time I would buy a AAA game, single first party game, whatever it was, I would always buy the deluxe edition, which normally ended up to be about 70 or 80 bucks. And is the one costume or whatever little cosmetic bullshit you pay the extra $10, it's not worth $10. It's not. It never was. If the whole cost of the game is 70, one outfit or whatever other little bullshit bonus for the deluxe edition is not worth $10 if you actually think about it. But to me, I enjoyed the content that these companies were producing. I was going to enjoy the game and I wanted to support them. So I would spend the $80 on the deluxe version. I would also pre-order and stuff. Like, I really wanted to support them. My sentiment has changed in the last few years because they have broken my trust. They have been producing slop after crap that nobody cares about and pushing ideas that the majority of people don't want to hear instead of just making good games now. And I still really want to, and I was thinking about this video too. I need to figure out some kind of way to do a breakdown video of why games cost so much now. We're going to talk about this sooner. We're going to talk about this soon, but basically in an interview, Randy Pitchford says that Borderlands 4 is double the production cost of Borderlands 3. And Borderlands 3 came out 5-6 years ago, like 2019, I think, because I just built my PC. So 2020, I think, actually. So 5 years ago. So in 5 years' time, roughly. So, so they worked on Borderlands 3 for 5 years, and then they started working on Borderlands 4 after Borderlands 3. So roughly that 4 or 5 year term. So in those 4 or 5 years, how did the price go from 150 million to over 300 million? Because these are just estimates on how much they actually spent. So where did that extra $150 million go? And these are the questions that I've been really wanting to figure out, because even with inflation, I don't see where that extra money's going, because I just don't see that every single asset that they've ever put in any game is going to cost double in 5 years. I just don't see it. So everything feels inflated to me. Inflated in a way that's more money laundering, maybe like some kind of they're putting back in money from something else somewhere else.
Yeah.
So I'm really curious about it. I really want to do the video, and I don't even know where to start. Like, I guess I need to start asking questions like, what is important for making a game? Because the biggest one that I'd seen was the Horizon Zero Dawn to Horizon Zero Dawn 2, which went from 70 million to over 200 million. It was like 4 times more expensive to make Horizon 2 over the first one in like 6 years or whatever it was. And like, I just don't. Well, yeah, because you're going to be reusing a lot of assets. You're not rebuilding the whole game from scratch. You're not building a brand new engine, none of that stuff. But you want to tell me that you're going to spend literally 4 times? I just don't see it. You know what I mean? Like, and I haven't played the second one, which I need to play, but I just don't see where they're going to figure out a way to put 4 times the budget in. We're just going to look at your budgets.
I'm sitting across the fucking room, and for some reason, it thinks I'm huge.
Yeah, it's just cleavage shot. So
exactly.
It's fine.
That's all anybody wants.
We're looking right in your eyes.
Exactly. See, y'all can still tell which one I'm blinking.
Oh no, I'm not talking about the cat eyes. Yeah. So, what do you think about the Sega music, the Sonic music?
That was such blatant bullshit.
Right, right.
And they're gonna be like, "Oh, it wasn't like that." Oh,
Right.
oh. It's like bullshit, Nintendo. We see you. We fucking
I can
see you.
well, we can see, but apparently now Streamlabs has comments. It's chat. Basically, you can put chat on
I
screen.
saw that.
We'll see what
I
happens.
didn't know if you wanted to activate it or not.
I clicked it. I just noticed it, so I clicked it. So we'll see what happens now. So chat should come up on the StreamYards.
Tickle.
So do you want to see the headliner?
I do. Show me the headliner.
We got a headliner. All right. Oh,
Well,
that's the wrong button. There it is.
Tiny.
You must turn off ad blocking. You must suck a dick.
Ha.
Oh my god, I really want to see this. The Sacramento Bee. We may not read this one, but here's the headliner: 38-year-old son's video game volume leads to mom shooting him. Arizona official says.
What the fuck?
Does that not qualify as a headliner?
I just can't take this shit anymore, Billy.
All right, I'm gonna allow ads. No, I'm not gonna turn off. No, fuck off.
Hang on. Let me set my chair up because I don't want to sit on my exercise ball for this.
I'm gonna look up. I'm gonna see if I can find this article somewhere else.
Getting the office chair out. It's about as comfy as a fucking dentist chair. No give. Little to no cushion. Made out of metal and cardboard.
Here's Yahoo News. Yahoo News has the article.
How do I see it?
There we go.
Yay! Oh my god!
Mom 72 shoots her 38-year-old son inside Arizona home for playing video games too loud, cops say. Arizona mother has been arrested for shooting her 38-year-old son for playing video games too loudly in their home. Cops say Hazel Benson, 72, faces charges of aggravated assault, disorderly conduct, discharge of a firearm within city limits after allegedly shooting her son Saturday night in Mesa, Arizona home.
Benson, who called 911, told cops that she shot her son and threw the gun into a canal, according to the report. She said she didn't know if she had hit him when she fired the gun, and that he was at the back door of her home, according to court. So he was playing games outside? Bitch, he was already trying to be quiet for you.
Or he was like stepped outside to smoke or something. Who knows?
Fucking running away. She whipped out a gun. He went, oh, hell no.
Officers found
her son outside their home with a gunshot wound to his stomach. Oh.
Following dispute, her son went on a walk to calm down. Oh, he left. So they got into a fight. About an hour before the shooting, Benson had called the police to come home because she was upset that her son was playing video games too loudly. According to court documents, following the dispute, her son went on a walk to calm down. Officers told Benson during her first call that her son had legal standing since he lived in the home too. It's true. When her son returned home, however, Benson blocked him from entering. She told officers he then lunged toward her with his hands and fists at his waistline, according to court documents. So he just had balled up fist. Okay. Benson said she then raised the gun and fired, but was unaware if her son had been hit. Soon after, her son was pounding on the back door. She called 911. Other details include her son's name were not released. He was taken to the hospital in stable condition, police said.
Oh, bastard. If that's not a hint you need to move out, nothing is.
This damn economy, I gotta stay with this woman that shoots me. What the fuck?
Fucking insane.
I know laughing is probably not the appropriate thing, but it's like, what the fuck else can you even do? What can you do with this shit?
That all you can do is laugh.
It is so funny.
Because you're just sitting there going, are you serious?
So this is our headliner. This may be the headliner of the month right now. Like, you know, pretty.
I don't know. I trust in humanity to pull something stupider out of its ass.
I think we should make a running headliner. Every time I find one, we clip it out, and then we compile the headlines of the year and see what's the worst headline is of the year.
2024.
I remember the one last year was the Nintendo bomber or whatever, the video game bomber for losing a Nintendo. The old man that pulls up on the guy who fucking calls him out. The old man internet provider guy that shows up at the gig.
1v1 me, bro. Where you at? Like, oh damn, go grandpa.
Look, a P-pop showed up.
Well, fuck with the wrong grandpa.
Jeez, what a crazy thing. Okay, we're going to skip around some. I'm going to try to save the Randy Pitchford deal till Rosa gets here. Or Jeannie, whichever gift she's formed into. She's a shapeshifter after all, so she could show up in whatever form.
Rosie Jean.
So here is. So have you seen the AI Darth Vader?
No.
Okay, so let me pull up a video. Let's just go over here. So Fortnite put in James Earl Jones AI Darth Vader into Fortnite.
Fortnite.
And you can talk to it and it will respond.
Fortnite.
And it's got some
Has it got some zingers?
It's got some zingers. So there's people who've been talking to it, and so we'll see if we can find some. This is okay. We'll watch this here. So we'll just see.
You can use Darth Vader to predict where the next storm is going to be. I saw a TikTok, and this guy used Darth Vader the entire game to tell him where the storms are. Should I stay in?
I don't. You're a nerd. Fuck off. I don't want.
Today we're watching the best moments of the new Fortnite Darth Vader AI.
Darth Vader, is the low taper fade meme still massive?
Bro, I asked him about the low taper fade as well.
Ninja, your fascination with fleeting trends is curious.
He said the same thing to me, bro.
A tactical advantage I am unaware of.
Hey Darth Vader, could you give me a new nickname, please? I don't really like Lackwit.
Lackwit displeases you, Lackwit. Very well. I shall grant you Pipsqueak. Your sensibilities, Luke.
Do you think I'm going to win this next FNCS?
Your confidence wavers, Clicks. Victory is not a matter of thinking, but of dominating. If you require my assurance, you are already defeated.
Wow.
I trust this.
Wow, bro is
Competition
spitting, bro.
will be worth the effort.
David Goggins on the beat.
So.
Oh, this one's funny.
Quite the run of accuracy at that range, Zemi. Such consistent success suggests more than mere skill. Does the Force guide your shots, or is there a technological enhancement involved?
Bro really started accusing him of aimbot.
Did I just get called a cheater by Darth Vader?
Storm is
That's
coming.
crazy.
Gotta find a gun, build a wall, for the fight's begun.
Bro's rapping?
Loot and shoot. That's the Fortnite way. Victory Royale at the end of the day.
I don't know if you can say ubu.
Ubu. Speak plainly. Cypher PK.
Do you know who Cypher with a big badonkadonk is?
What?
This Cypher, Nick A30. Is this another display of your peculiar fascination?
Should I say the F word?
Or is this some coded message from the rebellion?
Should I say the F word?
Bro.
Darth Vader, have you ever listened to Mommy ASMR?
Hatsune Miku, you inquire about Mommy ASMR. Explain this phenomenon. Does it involve lullabies or some other form of psychological manipulation? Tell me.
I wonder
That
if
is
they've
not
got. There was
possible,
one
loser
that.
fruit. Though your performance thus far suggests you are adopted, tell me, who is your father?
Can you hide in the bush? There's a plane
Who
out
is your
there
father?
looking for us.
Hiding in foliage, Cypher PK.
This one was good.
Tactic for the less powerful.
Less
Very well,
powerful.
proceed, but do not expect
Bro
me to
got
cower
me, man. Bro
indefinitely.
got
Can
me.
you riz me up?
If Riz equates to mastery of the Force, apprentice, then my Riz is unquestionable.
But he called me Pookie. Pookie, can you take out the last player?
So it is to Pookie you entrust the final act. Victory is ours. The Empire reigns supreme.
man.
So I guess he's just like an AI thing that can just hang with you or whatever.
Well
guess.
done, Pookie, and well done all.
It's pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie.
Dilo, bailarina capuchina, e por fin, tralaleiro,
Is he speaking?
tralala.
Was he speaking? Is it Italian? Is it
Tenho tum-
Brazilian? I don't know.
Tum tum sahur.
Oh,
Are these
Let's see what he says about
all thanks to Fat Guy?
Yeah, I like that. What's your Taco Bell order?
that was weak. How do you get this
Taco
in
Bell,
game? You have to defeat
Rick
Darth Vader.
Sanchez. You believe I concern myself with such fast food chains? Very well. If I must indulge in your
There was one where somebody was playing as Vegeta and he basically makes fun of his high hairline and shit or whatever.
protein replenishment, your structural integrity.
Bro, this is so good. This
Your
is so
outfit,
good.
Yeah.
Chica. It is functional, I suppose.
Ah!
Does it offer any tactical advantage?
Yeah, you can die to fall damage with it. I'm very good at that.
You speak of fatal missteps, Chica. Is this a confession of your own clumsy tendencies? Or a warning against the perils of gravity?
So there's a lot of it's been it's gotten pretty racist and like there's been a bunch of other things that it has said, which is very funny. But the thing I brought it up because it is in the news. Let's see, is this it? Yeah. So the Empire strikes back with F-bombs. AI Darth Vader goes rogue with profanity and slurs.
God damn.
For a short period of time on Friday, Darth Vader could drop F-bombs in the video game Fortnite as part of the voice AI implementation gone wrong. Reports GameSpot. Epic Games rapidly deployed a hotfix after players encountered the Sith Lord responding to their comments with profanity and strong language. It's learning. In Fortnite, the AI voice Vader appears as both a boss in Battle Royale mode and interactive character. So basically, you beat him in the game in the Battle Royale part, and then he becomes like a Force ghost that just hangs out with you, I guess, from what I was understanding there. She repeating her words, freaking and fucking, before adding, "Such vulgarity does not become you, Padme." In exchange, are spread virally across. Okay, let's see if I can.
That will sustain me in battle.
What freaking fucking food is that, Darth Vader?
Oh my
Tell
God,
me.
Double down.
Freaking, fucking.
What?
Such vulgarity does not become you,
Not
Padme.
allowed.
You inquire about
Oh
sustenance,
my God, no,
and
oh
yet
my
speak
God.
like a common thug. As for what sustains me,
Oh my God,
you
no,
would
no, no,
not
God.
comprehend its composition.
Oh my
It is
I made him swear.
Yeah, ruin it, loser fruit. So.
Oh yeah, who'd have thought a learning AI constantly being cussed at by various people would learn to cuss?
Right.
Oh my God,
So,
mind blown.
It's had a lot. It's had a lot of things. So I remember reading something like James Earl Jones had talked about selling his voice likeness to AI before he passed away, saying that he didn't really care if his AI voice was used after his death. It's like, I don't remember this. I'm paraphrasing, but I remember something similar to this coming out before he passed away. He did pass away, right? Yeah, he passed away. But anyway, so this goes back to now. This is from ARS Technica. Labor dispute erupts over AI voiced Darth Vader in Fortnite. So SAG-AFTRA filed an unfair labor practice charge with the National Labor Relations Board against Epic subsidiary Llama Productions for implementing an AI-generated Darth Vader voice in Fortnite on Friday without the first notifying or bargaining with the union. Well, the union can just go fuck itself because James Earl Jones is dead. I don't know. I don't understand what grounds they have. Okay, here. The union's complaint comes just days after the feature sparked separate controversy when players discovered that they could manipulate the AI into using profanity and inappropriate language until Epic quickly implemented a fix. The AI-controlled in-game character uses Google Gemini 2.0 to generate dialogue of 11 Labs Flash 2.5 AI model trained on the voice of the late James Earl Jones to speak in real-time responses to players' questions. For voice actors who previously portrayed Darth Vader in video games, the Fortnite feature starkly illustrates how AI voice synthesis could reshape their profession. Oh no, we could lose our jobs! While James Earl Jones created the iconic voice for films, at least 54 voice actors have performed as Vader in various media games over the years when Jones wasn't available. So basically, they're like, you could have hired an actor. This is like, you know, I get it. I get it that these people are upset about these things or whatever, but it's just like, I don't know. I don't know how you're gonna. I really don't know how you're gonna combat this. I think it's too late. You know what I mean? Like, they're crying.
I mean,
and,
it's
you know.
it's kind of hard to beat down AI after it's grown so much.
Well, the thing about it is, like, so they can go to these court things, they can implement all this crap or whatever, but it's like, I don't know. I really kind of wonder, like, who's gonna enforce this stuff? You know what I mean? Like, we send you a strongly worded cease and desist letter, and then they just don't cease and desist. What happens next? Because I can tell you something, as somebody who's dealt with like law offices and stuff for like a custody battle or whatever, the police, they don't do shit. They don't do nothing. So I mean, like, who actually is going to enforce this stuff?
Whoever throws the most money.
Yeah, but that's, I'm saying, like, it doesn't matter if judges, lawyers, and all these people come up with these arbitrary things in a courtroom. If nobody's going to physically enforce these things, you know what I mean? Like, unless they show up and shut down studios or whatever, I just don't see it like being that big of a deal. So anyway, AI Darth Vader, SAG-AFTRA is throwing a fit. Of course they are, because they hate fun. And pretty cool, not gonna lie. That's a really cool feature. What do you think, Nim? Are you playing a game?
I think it's pretty. Shut up. I think it's pretty damn funny. In all honesty, I'm playing Roblox. Leave me alone.
Of course you are.
I'm just growing my garden, man.
Of course you are.
I got rabbits and a little beanstalk that grows eggs. Leave me alone.
Yeah. Okay.
Honestly, I think it's cool that they're trying to put a little bit of AI in there. It makes the characters feel more alive when you're talking to them. But at the same time, I do also recognize and honestly understand the fear of having your voice stolen by AI. Like, granted, I understand this man has passed away. Big shame that it is. Rest in peace. I hope he is having a good time in the afterlife. Partied up with Jesus, man. Let's go. But I personally would be kind of upset if I found my voice mimicked by an AI, you know? But I do understand how it would be easier to just go the AI option, especially for a lot of this shit, seeing as how so many of American voice actors, here's a good hint. The reason they're doing this AI shit is because it's impossible to get you guys to work because you're constantly on strike.
That's also true. Well, and the thing is, they're striking because of AI right now, some crap like that.
And it's like, I'm sorry, that's not how it works.
And the thing about it is, like, if they can monetize it, it's totally fine. But when it starts to be monetized against them, that's when it gets mad. So it's like AI, like ChatGPT, script writing, and stuff like that. I'm fairly sure they've been using that shit for the last 10 years.
Wouldn't be surprised.
Because if you look at like Marvel movies, every fucking Marvel movie that's come out in the last 10 years has been the same cookie cutter bullshit script. Rinse, repeat. Change the characters' names. Change the locations. Everything else
sometimes
is the same.
Don't even change character names.
True. So I'm really curious about some of these things. You know, like I said, once they figure out how they can like solely monetize it or whatever, yeah, then it's gonna be fucking shitty. But
then it's gonna be fine, and they're gonna be just fine with it.
It was the same. It was the same with like, you know, with Photoshop and all those things like that. You know, once they figure out how they could like solely suck the market in or whatever, then it's fine to use all those things. And it sucks. So we've got that. We've also got a shit. Not what I meant to do. I was trying to close tabs and just like closes my
Closed
screen.
everything?
Yeah. So here's another thing. So the voice of Geralt come out and said something about you can't just have Geralt for every single game, says his voice actor. If you think The Witcher 4 making Ciri the protagonist is woke, read the damn book. So this is why I got kind of upset with this, because it's very disingenuous of the point. And the point isn't that Ciri is the protagonist. If anybody, like, I haven't read the books, and really I've only ever played Witcher 3. But just playing Witcher 3 alone, I could already see that Ciri was probably going to be the protagonist in the next game. If not the main protagonist, at least a bigger, like maybe even like a maybe even kind of like a switch how they did in Metal Gear Solid 2, where you start as Snake, you play through the first like 20, 30 minutes, and then you switch over and play as Raiden. I kind of thought maybe it would go in that direction. You know what I mean? Like, and then kind of a bait and switch kind of deal. But I totally saw that coming. The biggest problem I have is I don't trust these companies anymore to make a story that's not going to be garbage and try to throw shit in my face. Now, they can prove me wrong. They can totally make a great game. We would be
happy if you proved us wrong, companies.
Yes, I am just not going to hold my breath on it. And until I see the reviews for this, like, I'm not going to be hyped about this game until I see it out. And I feel that way.
Blame you for that.
And I feel that way about almost every game now, because, you know, we'll talk about it here in a little bit, but Doom, the Dark Ages, like, I watched the trailers. The trailers were really hyped. I was like, I can't actually wait to play this game when I was watching the trailers. And then the game comes out, and I'm like, I mean, yeah, I can wait to play this game. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, I don't have that same kind of hype level, you know, going into it. So, but that's then, and it's very aggravating for them to say crap like this, to dumb things down, and to basically obfuscate the actual point. It's not that Ciri's ugly or whatever. Like, I've seen, I think the thing that they always screenshotted where she looked ugly, it was like a weird fisheye filter for like when she sensed magic was nearby. That's what I saw, which did make her face look, and that was most of the screenshots were taken of her face looking kind of weirdly distorted, like out of round or whatever. But it was, I think it was some kind of filter in the special effects. And like I said, there was rumors about she was going to be a lesbian and trying to sex up all these women, and just this weird, crappy female power fantasy shit that they keep trying to shove down people's throats. When the problem with it is, they've already done those games before, and people really enjoyed them. But they don't anymore because they're sick of this bullshit that they're trying to preach. But yeah, so this obfuscates the story was always going in this direction. Yeah, clearly. Like I said, I could totally see that Ciri was probably going to be the pro tag, and I really had no problem with it. Did you ever play? Did you play Witcher 3?
No, I haven't ever played any of the Witchers.
Okay, so in Witcher 3, you actually do play as Ciri. There's like a small, like,
I have heard something about
couple hours.
There's like a mission or so.
Yeah, it's like an hour maybe worth of mission that's in there that you play as Ciri. Really cool. Her gameplay is completely different than Geralt's, which is really nice. Which is also kind of weird because of the trailer. She doesn't seem to have those like powers. She seems to have more Witcher powers, which is also weird. Because technically, females can't pass the trials of the grasses. Because to become a Witcher.
Thing about
the
Witcher series. So
to become a Witcher, they take children, mostly boys, and even then, the success rate is like 30% or whatever. Super low.
Yeah, it's not a lot.
Yeah, and females was like less than 10. So they just stopped trying with females because most of them would just die. Well, I don't even know. Maybe it was more than less than 10. I don't know. Maybe it was like some,
5% or something.
Well, it may have been 100% of females would die or something. I don't know what their actual thing was. But they had to do children like under the age of 10 or something like that, because anybody older than the age of 10, like, basically in the trials of the grasses, they pump them full of basically other monster DNA to mutate them.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah. So that's how they become witchers. And in the process of so there's like a magical concoction that goes with it, as well as DNA and mutagens from other slain beasts, which you actually use mutagens in the game as a mechanic to like get different buffs or whatever. You install these mutagens which look like DNA strands or whatever. So basically, they mutate these children, and that's what's called the Trial of Grasses. So it's like poisons and magic and mutations, and if you survive, you will come out stronger with like increased, more animalistic sight and smell. You will be able to use some magic.
You gain some of the abilities of which you suffered.
Right, but you also like lose emotion. Witchers famously don't have emotions. You don't age as rapidly. You age very slowly. Geralt in Witcher 3 was, I think, was supposed to be like 150 something years old or whatever in Witcher 3.
God damn.
So, so there's like you basically it's like a super soldier serum more or less.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was what. Anyway, this going back to this whole article with how they're trying to obfuscate by saying, "Oh, you don't want to play it because it's woke." No, it's not that Siri is going to be woke. It's the writers that's the problem. It's the story. It's the crap that they're trying to push offline. It's this weird attitude. If you don't like our game, don't play our game or whatever. It's like that's not how you sell anything. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You don't like our car, don't buy our car. Okay. You don't like our soda, don't buy our soda. Okay. I mean, it's not. I mean, I can just go buy something else. So that's kind of my thoughts on that. It's just like it's like a weird diffusal of trying to like claim hate for whatever. All right. Anything else you wanted to talk about?
Mostly the stuff I've been following this week has been Nintendo garbage.
Yeah.
I mean, the specs still just rankle me. Also been following what they've been doing to Pocket Pair. They've been coming out saying they're going to have to be doing more redesigns for the game because of Nintendo. Just still wondering. I mean, there's other games that have blatantly ripped off Pokemon. Power World feels more like Ark than Pokemon. It's different. But they're going so fucking hard on that one. What about like Temtem, Nexamon?
So I was in
dozens.
I was in another chat the other day talking about this, how Power World was doing this or whatever, and somebody in the chat was saying that it was mostly the fans were like trying to relay, and because Nintendo didn't even know about Power World, and the fans were the ones relaying all the information to it. Maybe in your chat, I don't remember whose chat I was in. But yeah, so the fans were the ones like tagging Nintendo, saying, "Oh, look here, they copied you, and basically that's maybe what got the snowball rolling down the hill on Pocket Pair. I don't know. I'm curious. Yeah, so I don't know. I'm really sad for people who are Pokemon fans and stuff like that. I just don't understand why you would keep supporting these people. Like it's literally every time somebody talks, I'll buy the Switch when the new Pokemon comes out. It's like, so you're gonna buy the Switch to play Furry Ball Catchers copy and paste, because it's literally what it
feels like.
They literally, I mean, they sell two versions of the same fucking game that has one different monster in it or whatever. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, I've enjoyed Pokemon for the longest time is the problem, but the last time I really enjoyed a Pokemon game was Sword and Shield, and a lot of people hated that one. But I loved it. It felt like a breath of fresh air. And then after that was the fucking Paldea region. I hate that region.
Fuck
that region.
I played Sword and Shield. Is the only one It's the only Pokemon that I've ever actually played. Now, I have played, on other people's Game Boys or whatever, but I never really had a Game Boy or anything like that growing up. So Pokemon never really, I knew about Pokemon, but at the same time,
but it wasn't really in your radar.
I mean, it's not something I sought after to play all the time or whatever. So I'm curious. I don't understand Nintendo fanboys like still sticking up for these people. Like they are blatantly, they are pissing in your Coke right in front of you, daring you to drink it, and you're still fucking going to drink it. Like it's the only thing that's out there. You're going to die of thirst if you don't play this crap. It is fucking Mario, guys. It's fucking Pokemon. It's fucking crossover cart. It's the same shit they've been putting out for 20 fucking years. And let me tell you something. It's not even as good as it was.
That I can definitely agree with, as sad as I am to admit and realize it.
The thing that they did have going for them, and I don't even know if that's the case anymore, but they did have going for them is like, when you buy a Nintendo game, it's done. There's not any of this like day one patches and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I don't think that's the case anymore, right?
No, there's going to be a day one patch for the system itself, and God knows what else.
Well, I mean, all the games you can't put them on a disc. You have to download them. So.
Oh, yeah. So it kind of makes taking them out and about damn near impossible. I mean, fuck the people who don't have Wi-Fi, right?
Well, not just that. It's like, yeah, I mean, true. Because I don't know how big what's the memory on them? Like 100 gigs or something like that?
The one that I was seeing earlier says it's got gigs of 256, but the games are
40 gigs.
Yeah, 40, 50, 12. Those gigs won't last at all.
You're looking at maybe 5 games, probably.
Yeah, something like that. And then there's the fact that they're still having to condense the games so goddamn much. It's
yeah. I think they're kind of banking on there being Wi-Fi or something everywhere you go these days. But at the same time, like it's supposed to be a handheld. So when you're like on a plane or on a car or like a road trip or whatever in a car,
you're supposed to still be able to play it. But if you need the fucking Wi-Fi to stay connected so that way you can reach the goddamn things, that makes no sense, man. The reason why the last one sold so well was because you could take it anywhere.
So my thing is, if you download the game, you have and the cartridge is supposed to be the key, but then you're driving down the road and you don't have any service, and so obviously you don't have Wi-Fi. Will you be able to play it, or is it going to be like you have to be online all the time to even be able to play
it? I'm willing to bet you're going to have to be online all the time, because how else is it going to get the data that it needs to be able to read the shit?
I'm curious. Like I said, it feels. And this is weird to me because it feels super anti-consumer, and it also feels like every single like studio and developer and big corporation, Sony, Microsoft, Nintendo, and then everybody trickling down, they are on a united front right now to fuck over gamers, to fuck over the people that are buying their product. By saying things like Shuhei Yoshida, a former president of Sony, said, "Oh, games are $80, and you should feel privileged buying these games." Let me see. I have a reply. Hang on. I replied to this guy. Profile. Where's my damn? There it is. It feels like everything feels off. Okay. Let's see here. Let's see. Also, somebody here, let me show you this. So I put this. Oh, where's my? I don't see my comment, dude. Okay. Sophie Turner has been training for her upcoming role as Lara Croft in Amazon's Tomb Raider show. And then mine was, I'm calling shenanigans. We need cultural appropriation. Laura should only be played by busty women. These flat Laura actresses are taking acting jobs away from busty women. I won't stand for it.
Support your big tittied actress.
I thought that was funny. Okay, let's see. Nintendo, what Nemo was told me is BS, and they're going. Yeah, I think so too. Let's see if I can find this. It must have been.
I mean,
a
you don't
while
own your
back.
games. You don't own your consoles. You don't fucking own anything anymore. Then why am I paying for it if I don't own it? Honest to God, that is the biggest question I have. Why am I paying for it if I don't own it?
Right. Okay, so here it is. Show receipt says $70, $80 games are a steal in terms of actual price, $70 or $80 for really great games. I think it will be a steal in terms of the amount of entertainment on top of the games. Top quality games bring people compared to other forms of entertainment. As long as people choose carefully how they spend their money, I don't think they should be complaining. And then my comment was, of course, too bad they don't make really great games, but still want to charge $70 or $80. That is the problem. They want to charge $70 or $80 for garbage. Yeah, like I said, this is a kind of united front. A lot of these people are saying it. I think Phil Spencer had mentioned something about the $70 or $80 games, which is weird because Microsoft is still going on about their, Games Pass and things like that. So we'll see. We will see.
It's getting to be real annoying in the gaming world.
Right?
Oh, hello. Thank you for the raid, I think.
Brother Tim raid. Oh crap! Sorry, I didn't hear it go. I didn't hear my raid message go off. Is this a YouTube raid?
Looks like it, yes.
Oh, cool. I don't think I've ever had a YouTube raid before. Whoa, that was. Hang on, I don't even know where my I got tabs on tabs on tabs, guys. Sorry, I gotta try to find all this stuff. YouTube. Oh,
Rosa!
Rosa! I think it may have been Rosa that rated in. Wait for her to get set up. Brother Doom! Hello, 0 Hour. Welcome in, guys. Welcome in. I don't even see I don't have a raid message or anything on YouTube. Like, it just doesn't show.
Jeez.
I don't know. I've seen Nintendo losing a lot of its customer base. Yeah, that's true. I definitely see. I don't know, man. I see a lot of these people losing a lot of this customer bases, and it's very.
It's sad. They're actively losing people, and they're not even acknowledging it. They think it's fine, and I'm like, guys, you don't make money if you have no customers.
Yeah, and they just think
what doesn't make sense there.
Yeah. I can't start my cam or unmute for some reason. Oh no.
Huh.
She left. Wait till she comes back.
She'll be back. But yes, hello, Raiders.
Welcome in. Yeah, I think so. I think they will. I think they're. I here's the thing. Like, the Switch 2 is going to sell a lot of units, but I don't think it's going to sell half as many as the original Switch. I don't know if it'll be as big of a flop. So from Wii to Wii U was a super big flop, right?
Mm-hmm.
Comparatively, I don't know if it will be that big of a difference, but I do estimate about half. I could be completely wrong, but I'm just guessing. Just on their attitude and people's attitude.
It's like one of the other big reasons that it sold so well for the Switch 1 was the fact that it was during a pandemic and everybody was at home and needed a way to connect with folks. That was one of the biggest reasons it sold. Everybody could afford one. Everybody wanted one.
Give it some time, Nintendo will get humbled over holiday season, and it will probably be a 3DS flopped and then reduce the price. I don't think Nintendo actually cares about anything anymore.
3DS had a rocky start.
True. Howdy, Venturous. Welcome in.
How you doing, Goon?
There we go. Welcome in. You got it going that time. Welcome in.
I figured it out.
Well, aren't you looking pale today?
Thank you, thank you. I'm in my Ginny form today.
Yeah,
Nice.
genie form. As I said, she's a shapeshifter, so I didn't know what form she was going to show up in. You're super sore. Why are you super sore, Venturous? What have you been up to? You work out?
I'm sorry that I'm late. So last minute my wife invited her brother over for dinner. And in my I was like, yeah, sure, that's fine, no big deal. Right? And I totally fucking forgot I was doing this tonight. Until I was sitting down at dinner. And my wife was like, wait, don't you have a podcasting tonight? I was like, oh fuck, you're right. But my brother was already sitting there with us, so I wasn't gonna kick him out, As much as I wish I could have. God, that guy's an idiot. Holy fuck, dude.
Yeah, no, it's cool. We were going over some of the stuff. I've held off on some of the topics, waiting for you to weigh in on them.
I appreciate it.
We were talking about Nintendo and all the crap that they've been doing.
Yes.
And Nintendo. How we think how I personally think the Switch 2 won't sell half as many units as the Switch 1 did.
Me neither.
I mean, price alone, that stops a lot of people just right there. But again, the reason the first one was so popular was because it was during the pandemic.
Rosa loves Nintendo.
I hate Nintendo. I'm an avid Nintendo hater. I've been hating Nintendo for years before everyone else hated Nintendo. I'm like a Nintendo hating not hippie. What the fuck's it called? Hipster? That's it.
Hating Nintendo before it was cool. So
yeah,
my thing was growing up. I've saved up for a regular NES when I was 5 or whatever, and then I had a regular NES. And then after that, I went to Sega, and then I went to PlayStation. So I don't really have as much Nintendo nostalgia as a lot of people do, because I
have a similar sort of So my first console ever was a GameCube. And
I love the GameCube.
After that, I got a Game Boy, and then I got a DS, and I saved up money in several piggy banks, I saved up money for a year. For a Wii. And after the Wii, I got a PS2. And then I got a PS3. Then I got a PS4. I got a PS5. And I've been very much on the PlayStation train since. Right? And the whole reason why is because the Wii just didn't have any of the games that I wanted to play as I was getting older, right? I wanted to play games that had blood and, games that were rated M and blah, blah, blah. Specifically, it was San Andreas that made me get a PS2. I wanted to get a PS2 for San Andreas, for the GTA games. And then that kind of then turned into getting a PS3 for the Call of Duty and, for Black Ops and yada, 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 yada. And I've never had an issue with Nintendo. I've always had a profound respect for Nintendo. And I remember when they almost went bankrupt over the Wii U, I was sad about it. So I was like, it's a cool idea for a console. It's cool. And ultimately, the Wii U, you could really see the inspiration from the Wii U in the Switch, right? Where I feel like the Wii U almost set up the foundation for what the Switch ended up being, right? It was a hybrid console. It was a handheld, handheld console that was also a home console, right?
Yeah.
And it wasn't until I started working at GameStop that I became so profoundly aware of how completely dogshit Nintendo is as a company.
Oof.
Nothing against the Nintendo rep, by the way. Nintendo rep that we had was really cool. But it was just constant fucking bullshit. And it's you that was when I first realized how incredibly anti-consumer Nintendo is with their business practices, where they very much the Switch is designed, right? It is designed to be an entryway, a gateway towards you and spending more money than you would spend otherwise, right? Parent comes into the store and they want to buy a console for their kid, but they don't want to spend $400 on the new PlayStation or a PS4 at the time, really, right? They don't want to spend that. Oh, the Switch is only $300. Oh, and it has all these games there for kids anyway. Oh, okay, yeah, we'll just buy that. It's all right, man. Well, So
it's the gateway console.
Do you want any accessories for your Switch? No, I just want the Switch. It's like, okay, well, so just if it breaks, that's not on warranty, right? So kind of almost mandatory sort of, accessories is you got to get a screen protector and you got to get like a cover.
Can I have my apple?
Mhm.
Especially, sorry, I stole my wife's apple. I've been eating her apple this whole time.
It's our apple now.
I love marriage. But yeah, so you have to get the screen protector, you have to get the carrying case, you have to get the this, you have to get the that. And it's like, okay, well, whatever, that's fine. It's not a big deal. It's like $20 here, $20 there. It's like, okay, well, you're gonna want games for your console, aren't you? Oh yeah, of course.
Mhm.
Yeah, I want games. So, by the time that you've gone through, you've gotten maybe a handful of games, you're spending more than you would have spent on a PlayStation.
Yeah. Or if
Right?
you're,
And parents notice that right away, right? So I can't tell you, in my 3 years working GameStop across every position you can think of, short of district manager, right? I've returned more Nintendo Switches than any other console. Why? Because parents right away realize that all the games that their kids want, all the games that are even remotely good on the Switch, are first party. Right? There's a handful of indie games that are pretty solid, right? But you can buy those on the other consoles as well, right? So the only reason why you even have a Switch is for the exclusives at the end of the day, right? And not only that, but all the exclusives that your kid actually wants, right? Because your kid doesn't want fucking your kid's what, like 7, 8, 9. And the older they get, the less value you're getting out of your Switch because your kid wants to go play fucking God of War. Your kid wants to go play, Bloodborne. Your kid wants to go play, any
Anything
number
else.
of PlayStation or Xbox exclusives because they're all better. But more than that, your kid has friends. Your kid wants to play with his friends. Nintendo has the most dog shit fucking online system of any of the consoles.
They do.
It is fucking terrible. And they make you pay for it.
Yeah.
It's like, you have to pay for all the other consoles too, but at least you get something out of it, right? You get some free games, you get something. At the very least, their servers are actually pretty decent, right? Like I don't hear anyone complaining about Xbox chat or PlayStation chat.
So I was reading, and I didn't know because I have a Switch. I haven't never tried their online service or whatever, but I was reading. So I guess you can get like the upgraded best version of Nintendo Online for like $50 a year or something like that, which allows you access to all these games and stuff too. I think it allows you access to free games or whatever. So that one's not, to me, is not a terrible deal, but at the same time, I mean,
it's not bad if you're getting it just for the games. If you're getting it for the online, though, the online just isn't worth it because most of the games that do have online, the online isn't even very well done.
Right.
No, trying to play even simple games like I loved Animal Crossing New Horizons. Still love it, honestly. Haven't played it in a long time though. But anytime I tried to play with my friend, we'd be able to get maybe 5 minutes in, and then one of us would crash, and we'd be forced back to our respective islands.
Yep. And you'd think it wouldn't be that difficult, right? To manage, right? For
exactly
for this massive company to manage some basic online servers for games that aren't even that intense. Like Animal Crossing is not a fucking intense game.
No, not at all.
Right? But no, it's even for simple shit like that, they just can't get it right. So it's just at the end of the day, right? Your kid's gonna want to play games with their friends, and odds are their friends gonna have a PlayStation and an Xbox. Odds are their friends are gonna be playing the latest game that's rated whatever the fuck. That's definitely not meant for them, but they're playing it anyway because their parents let them. And you're gonna be the loser who's playing the fucking shitty kids games on the Nintendo. Right?
Yeah.
And that's okay, because Nintendo has always been the console almost for kids, right? And that's fine. Nintendo isn't that anymore. And Nintendo is very quickly moving away from that. I'd like to say Nintendo is like the Disney of video games.
Where I've been saying they've been pulling a Disney for a while, especially with that fucking EULA update.
I actually heard something very disturbing today.
Go on.
There is we're talking about kids or whatever, and then we're talking about Nintendo and talking about Disney, and how more and more Nintendo is trying to hit the nostalgia people who were played Nintendo back in the day. They're not actually going for kids now. But then somebody brought up today on a podcast I was listening to that Gen Alpha or Gen Alpha, or Gen Z maybe, whichever one that's like coming of age now.
Yeah,
I think it's Z.
There's only like
Gen Z are my age. They're like adults now.
There's only like 400 million worldwide or something like. It's like a super low number. Like that generation, this generation is super low because our generation didn't have any kids, and so that's why there's no play places at McDonald's anymore. It's because these people don't have kids anymore.
I'm missing the play places. Those things were fun.
But that's why is because there's actually not as many children now. And
Have
we were
y'all
talking
heard
about
that? Sorry to go completely off topic. Have y'all heard McDonald's isn't allowing people who are below the age of, I think it's 18 or 21
It's
now?
New
to have
York,
that
right?
experience?
Yeah, we actually covered this on my podcast with Helmsman. There is a McDonald's. Was it in New York?
I think it was.
It might have been.
I can't remember where. I can't remember where it was.
It would
but
make sense if it was
basically
because they'd be getting hit really hard there.
they're basically not allowing anyone over the age or sorry, under the age of 21 in their store anymore because the teenagers kept fighting in the store and causing problems with customers and employees alike.
Okay, that makes me want to segue into. So there was a I guess the creator of, or one of the designers of Street Fighter, was trying to get a Waffle House level at the Street Fight location or whatever. They thought like it would make sense if they did that, but like Waffle House wouldn't respond to them. And now talking about the fights at McDonald's, like why not get McDonald's now?
Was it Street Fighter or was it Tekken? I know
Tekken. It was Tekken, yeah.
Yeah. The fucking Tekken COS.
Yeah.
I would have fucking loved a Waffle House level. That would be my home base.
Yeah, he's
Fight
really
me
funny.
at Waffle House, bro. 1v1 me.
That was funny. I found this
Any parking lot.
fandom.com here. I was curious to see what these consoles costed. So regular NES with 2 controllers in 1985 when it first launched, $199. The deluxe set, which came with Rob the Robot, was $299. This is 1985. And then jump up to 1990 when they started releasing these other sets here. Well, I think these were still, yeah. So this one here, 1989, came with Duck Hunt and the Zapper, $149. So in those 5 years, they dropped $50. Added.
I'd be curious to see what those prices are, accounting for
inflation. Yeah. We'll do an inflation calculator or whatever. But so, and then 1990, which this is the set that I bought. It came with Super Mario 3, and it was $149. And like I said, I saved up pennies and stuff in a piggy bank or whatever, and I, bought this basically with my own money.
I think the Wii was, what was it, like 270, something like that?
I think it was around there. I remember most of this somewhere in there. I think it was 250, ranging up to 300. Was it 280?
Wii price.
280 sounds about right.
Yeah, you're right. It was 250. It was 250, accounting for taxes where I live. Around about 270. And that number stuck in my head because I literally spent a year building up to that number. A full year of my life was spent on that. But yeah, dude. Here's the thing, right? Even accounting for inflation, you're not gonna see those prices be as high as like what they're charging for the Switch 2 right now. And what you're saying is true about Nintendo kind of moving away from the child audience. It's something that Disney's doing. It's because they here's the thing, right? I mentioned this before on the other podcast, but you're never gonna see Disney botch their characters at Disney World. You're never gonna see them race swap them or none of that shit because kids give a shit, and you do not want to make kids cry.
No,
right? You do not want to have like customer issues.
God forbid you have Mama Karen suddenly go nuts because little Billy saw a race swapped Ariel.
Yeah, exactly. Kids give a fuck. Kids really do give a fuck.
So
way more than adults do.
$150 in 1990 to today is $377.
Yeah, that's about what
That still sounds reasonable.
And that came with a game, So
yeah,
it was one night. It was 285. So that one may be quite a bit more. Yeah. So when it initially launched in 1985 at $200, Nintendo.
But that also came with what, like 2 controllers?
2 controllers, and I think it came with a game too. It probably came with Mario. I don't know.
I think it came with Super Mario or Mario Bros.
That's also the first one, right? And it's a luxury product at the end of the day, right? Like no matter what, we're talking about a luxury product.
Yeah.
Right? But we're talking about a time when like that is like, it's the first one. Right? What do you price
there, and it's also like you didn't have all of these other expenses. Like that was it. So you bought that entertainment console. That's it. You don't have to pay for internet each month. You don't have to pay for all these other things to add on to all your other stuff that you would add on today, what we consider luxury with the subscription services and all these things like that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean, you spent that money and that was it. That was your entertainment, or you'd go the hell outside,
Oh my God! Speaking of, I saw this video the other day. Dad punishing his son. He's got his kid outside the front yard. And he's like, "Dad, can I come in now?" And he's like, "No, you're gonna go outside and play like a real kid." And he's like, "But it's boring out here." He's like, "Then use your imagination. What do I do with that?" He's like, "I don't know. What do your friends do? They're playing games."
Yeah, dude.
Like, I feel so bad.
Back in the day, you would punish a kid by forcing them to stay inside. Now it's the opposite.
I know. Now you punish them by forcing them to go outside, go touch grass, you little bastard.
Well, I mean, it wasn't even really punishment to stay inside. It was just like our parents would literally kick us out. Don't come back in this. Do not come back in this house.
Well, for some people, there was the punishment of you're not allowed to go outside when you're grounded.
Yeah, I mean, you couldn't go back in the house. I was pretty fortunate. I grew up like in the middle of. No, I mean, I say fortunate. Like, I grew up in the middle of fucking nowhere. I was 10 miles off the highway down a gravel road. I was surrounded by national forest. I lived on 100-acre, like, whatever. Like, so just woods and stuff. So I would just walk off into the fucking woods, Like,
not gonna lie, that sounds really fucking fun.
No, right now, I would anything to have that property again. But, like, yeah, back then, all my friends were 10 minutes away by car, but like I was fucking 10, so I couldn't do that.
Yeah. Growing up, for me, it was different because I grew up in Miami. So like me being into video games, my mom saw it as like a bonus. She was like, "Oh yeah, it's awesome. Like anything to keep you off the street, right? Where there's like drugs, crime, etc. Blah 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 blah." And it's true. Like it's fair, right? Yeah. Like I grew up in an area where like shit like that happens. I grew up in an area where you can't just walk out at night in the middle of the night and go out for a walk. You can't do that.
Yeah.
No, I don't know if we ever locked our door. like where we grew up, like
where I live now, I forget to lock the door sometimes. I've like changed as a person. I keep telling like my wife, like I've like she's always astounded because I'll like forget to lock the car or I'll like forget to lock things. Whereas I didn't understand. We put bars on our door because like that's just what I'm used to barring my door. I'm used to like being extra careful. I'm used to like making sure all the locks. I still can't sleep at night if a door is unlocked or isn't barred or whatever. I'll wake up in the middle of the night and be like something's off, and I'll go check it because that's just instincts. That's 20.
That's how you survived so far.
Yeah, exactly. But like, yeah, I don't gotta do any of that here. Like, no one's gonna come into my fucking house.
It's always nice to be able to find a place you can truly relax.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had to share my screen back.
I think I'm going to find that somewhere that isn't fucking Oregon.
Yeah.
I moved to Alabama recently, so I'm going to be here for a few years before I move back to Florida.
I still want to move near the ocean, but I just don't want to be here.
May I recommend Florida? It's nice.
Hurricanes.
Ooh, Oregon. Yeah.
Hurricanes are not as bad as people say they are. I've lived through many. I've lived through several Cat 5s. Just make sure that your house has tile flooring and is made out of concrete. You'll be okay.
I mean, I did used to live in tornado country. I lived in like flat ass Arkansas for a long time. Yeah. I remember having to sit in. Oh yeah, no, I remember having to sit in the fucking bathtub all the fucking.
Dude, you see, I was watching. I guess a tornado hit St. Louis and was wrecked a bunch of shit. It's the MainAce guy. Yeah, it's me. What's up? What was that noise? What the hell?
But yeah, like tornadoes will just tear shit at the fucking ground, and there's nothing you can do. They're just show up at fucking
They're
nowhere.
fascinating to watch, though.
With hurricanes, you have like several weeks of warning, and unless it's a Cat 5 and it's like some like straight up like act of God, it doesn't have the fucking strength to uproot your fucking house from the foundation of your house.
God pointed to this specific part in the world and went, "Fuck you."
Like there are times, right, where you end up with one of those like, because there's the thing, right? We only measure up to Cat 5, right? But like even among Cat 5s, there's the like, oh yeah, it just barely is the Cat 5. And that's not big deal.
Isn't it?
But then there's the like, this should be a Cat 6 or 7 if we measured that high, right? Like, holy fuck, that shit's scary. That's some crazy fucking winds.
I thought it
right?
couldn't. I thought it couldn't physically do that. Like once it gets so big that it actually like weighs too much to continue being a storm.
It doesn't last long. Yeah, it don't last long when they get that big, but it happens. Sometimes they'll like, especially if you live on the coast and it's big enough that it doesn't have to make landfall to hit you.
Yeah.
You'll get hit with some crazy ass like tornado to your winds, and it'll fucking tear shit up. It'll tear shit out of the ground.
Yeah.
Right. But that's like a 1 in a million. Like that'll happen. Maybe that might not even happen in your lifetime.
I mean, weather's
right.
The weather's the weather, man. Like it's all unpredictable.
It's unpredictable, but
I'll
again,
be
like
honest.
even up to Cat 5, like you're fine if your house is just, if you're not
Solid.
a fucking idiot and you don't give yourself, if you don't move into a fucking wooden house in Florida, I think it should be illegal to build wooden houses in Florida, just in general. People have them. I don't know why. Like, it should be illegal. It's like
It's
if a tornado
dangerous.
happens, it's not just dangerous for you. It's you're just feeding things for the tornado for the fucking hurricane to toss around. Like,
But I'll be honest, I think I'd rather go back to, I mean, I don't want the rules from Cali, but I'd rather have earthquakes right now than being caught on fucking fire every year.
Well, California was on fire too, so
yeah.
I
They got that
know,
too.
but at least the area where I lived was by the ocean. I live
Ocean's
like,
overrated.
I lived like 5
All I'm
minutes away from
saying-
the ocean. It was nice, cool weather all the time. Smelled like fish. I could take it.
All I'm saying, Florida's too humid for forest fires.
It's true.
Just saying.
First hurricane, I was lucky by about 5 feet because 2 blocks away from me was a 4 feet underwater. That would suck. The flooding would be the worst part. Houses here in Florida are generally built with cinder block cord walls. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, it's the Three Little Pigs. Like, you don't build your house out of sticks and straw. It'll get blown down.
Yep.
That's
Florida's very much the like we've learned and we know how things are.
Yeah.
And we're just
Not
not
gonna lie.
fucking-
Might honestly ask my family, be like, hey, we've been thinking of moving to like Mississippi and shit. What do you think of Florida?
the moral.
I'm telling you,
Let's go pet some
the
gators.
only thing with Florida is don't go too far south because it gets too expensive. It gets
Well,
way
yeah.
Right.
The closer you get to the ocean, yeah.
No, it's probably
No,
Miami and all the bigger
it's
cities
just
and
the
stuff.
further south you go.
Oh, the
Yeah,
tourist
actually,
cities.
It's just the further south you go.
Okay.
Yeah, my goal is to eventually own a house somewhere like around Gainesville. Sorry, around Gainesville. Like that's like my goal, right? To own something like maybe some like small town or like something a bit more rural, just out and around Gainesville. Because I was talking to my wife about this earlier today when her brother was over. Because she was telling him how like we plan to eventually move back to Florida, and he was like, "Why?" She was like, "Well, she wants to have a gator." It's true.
Yay!
It's true.
I do too. I want a little pet bubbles.
Florida is based, and as long as you can prove that you have an area in which you can sustain a gator, like as long as you can prove that you have like the space for one and like all of their like necessities and stuff, you just have to pay like a fee every year. That's it. You're good to go. You don't need any sort of like special animal training or any of that bullshit. You just you just pay what you gotta pay, and you're done. You have a gator. Boom.
And you can
buy
have a bubbles.
Fucking murder logs, guys. I don't get it.
dude.
They
I
are
love
sweet.
it, dude.
They are not
They're
sweet
puppies.
water puppies. They
They're
are
dogs.
literal dinosaurs. You cannot fucking tell me otherwise. They're fucking
The
dinosaurs.
crocodiles, the crocodiles are vicious, angry bastards.
They are.
Alligators are just lazy water puppies. That
Are
like,
alligators are alligators carnivorous lizards?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's point proven. That's it. That's all it needs.
Wild puppies!
They will fucking eat you if they given a chance. They will fucking eat you. Cats will eat you too, which is why I don't fucking trust cats either. Fuck those little motherfuckers.
every lizard is carnivorous though.
Oh shit! All right,
gator.
let's jump back into this. I wanted to talk about this too. This will roll into a couple different articles altogether. So Doom Dark Ages came out last week. I do still want to play this game. It's just not really high up on my like just go out and buy it right now. And I think it has a lot to do with the $80 price tag. And now they're doing the 3 million players since it came out, which to me smells some fuckery, you know, because they did the same shit with Assassin's Creed Shadows. Talking about player counts, not sales numbers.
Bro, the last time I had a bunny, that thing bit the fuck out of me. It was not loving at all. I gave it everything. It abandoned me, and it had so many babies around the house. The babies loved me.
They're legit dinosaurs that survived extinction event. Yes, true. What do you think a dog will do if you're dead for long enough?
Hump your corpse's leg.
Look,
my dog will survive because he's a good boy. No, actually, my dog's an asshole. I'm gonna be
A
honest with
dog or a cat or whatever, like that'll be my pet for what? Maybe 20 years if like I'm lucky, right? If I get a gator, that's my forever pet. That's my kid's
alligator.
pet. You know?
But can you play fetch with it?
Yes,
Fuck yeah,
you can.
Can you really?
If you have what? Yes. Gators like to play.
Gators like
They
to
are
play,
literally
not
just
only
big
that-
puppies.
Not only that, but they're actually trainable.
These sales are non-existent. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. They wouldn't do sales numbers for Doom. It's because it's on Games Pass. Yeah, but there's been other games that are on Games Pass as well that they are showing sales numbers for. So I'm actually
I don't
curious
know why it would be different for this unless it's just doing poorly.
It's not doing great. So Steam database is showing like 30,000 peak players or whatever when Eternal had over 100,000 peak players its first week.
That's not promising.
So
what's going on with it?
Well, they're saying that the $70 price tag is probably the biggest contributor of why it's not.
I mean, it doesn't help.
How much is it?
What's that?
Is it 70 or is it 80?
I thought it was 69. I thought it was 70. Does it say?
Let me double check real quick.
$69.99.
70.
I don't know. I mean, that's like the fucking standard for like PS5 games these days.
Yeah, I mean it is the standard, but at the same time, I think a lot of people are, and maybe they're just
tired of the standard.
Well, yeah, there's that. And then there's like Oblivion's out right now for $50. Expedition 33 is out for $50. So basically, you could get Oblivion and Expedition 33 for $30 more than what you're paying for Doom, and you've got games that you can play all summer long. Where this one's like a 15 to 20 hour campaign.
Bro, fuck all summer long. You can play Oblivion forever.
Yeah, you can live in Oblivion. It's true.
Dude,
yeah.
I played Skyrim forever, and now I'm like obsessed with Oblivion. Brother Doom got it first. So okay, I've been wanting to play it since I saw how sexy the fire astronauts are. Okay.
Valid. They gave them nice badonkadonks.
But I couldn't afford it. So I went to my local GameStop and traded in some games, and I bought the original for the PS3. And I played
Good
it.
on ya.
The problem is that I have a PS3, but the PS3 controllers that I have are not original. They're like fucking like Chinese knockoff PS3 controllers.
No.
And there's input delay.
Oh.
No.
And the PS5 controller works on the PS3. But they also have input delay. Not as much, not as bad as the Chinese knockoff, but they still have input delay.
Oh.
So the game it just felt jank. I'm also just not great at dealing with like old games. Like nostalgia doesn't hit me like that.
Yeah.
I also was not I've actually I only ever played like the intro of Oblivion. Because I first played it when Skyrim had just came out, and I was like, I'll play all the games in order. And then I played Arena, and I was like, I don't want to play this. And then I played Daggerfall, and I was like, I don't play this either. Then I opened up Morrowind, and I was like, you know what? I'll just do Oblivion. all these games are old and shitty. And then I played Oblivion, and I was like, this is cool. But also, Skyrim just came out, and I'm excited to play it. All my friends are talking about it. So I picked up Skyrim, and I never dropped it.
See, I played a lot of Oblivion I borrowed it from a buddy of mine and played a crap ton of hours of Oblivion. And then I picked up Skyrim. I just never could get into Skyrim. I probably put like 30 hours in or something like. So I mean, a decent chunk, But
I've bought Skyrim more times than I can count on my fingers across several platforms and different versions. And honestly, if Todd Howard showed up at like the latest games convention in his cute little jacket and said, "Hey, we put out Skyrim again, but this time the graphics are a little better. It's $60. It's $60." And I'll be like, you know what, Howard, I'll buy it.
That's the thing. I don't know. To me, I'm in a weird spot where I can't really get into a big single player game like that anymore. I don't think. So as much as I would like to go back and play Oblivion, I just don't know if I will.
I felt that recently, and then I started playing Oblivion, and I was in love with it. And I knew that if I kept playing the original, I'd end up not loving it as much as I possibly could.
Mm-hmm.
And then Brother Doom was cool and gave me the money so I can buy the remaster, and I'm absolutely obsessed with it.
I loved the original.
Thank you, Brando!
I loved the original Oblivion. That was one of the first Elder Scrolls Bethesda games I ever played. Baby Nemo was terrified of the opening, okay? Going through those catacombs with the rats and stuff. She was terrified. I get the biggest fucking smile nowadays when I start playing that game. The remastered version is so pretty, but I do kind of miss the funky ass looking NPCs.
Yeah, I don't like the way
disturbing
NPCs look.
You could make them.
I don't like the way NPCs look. I also don't like the character creator. The character pisses me the fuck off. It took me maybe like, I don't know, like 30 minutes.
When did Oblivion launch? 2008? 2007?
Sometime back then.
It was one of the
2008 sounds right.
Yeah, it was one of the more first, because I think the PS3 launched in 2007 or 2000. No, when did it launch? 2006, 2007.
Oblivion released in 2006 for the PC.
It's like all I remember is playing Oblivion on the
PC
360
and Xbox 360. Sorry, yeah. So
and it came out later on PS3, I think.
Yeah, I think.
The PS3 release date was 2007.
Yeah.
No, I'll agree, Goon. They have kind of that uncanny valley feeling when they talk nowadays. I mean, in the original game, they just kind of look like clunky Play-Doh creatures, which it's kind of charming. And the new one, they're showing too much gum when they speak.
Yes.
It's like they're constantly baring their teeth at you, and I'm like,
"Yup,
ew."
That's exactly it.
Is it worse? Is it worse than Starfield was? Because Starfield, I remember watching some trailers about Starfield, and like every time an NPC walked by you, their eyes would just stay focused on you, and they would just fucking stare you down as you walked past it. It was like the creepiest looking like clips and stuff.
Characters wouldn't open their mouths when I played Starfield, so I don't know.
Yeah, just broken
They would
games.
just mind speak to me. But yeah, dude, I don't like. There's a few things I don't like. The first one is the character creation. I don't like that the character creation fucking blows. The old one
seems
was
really
like,
basic, man.
It's not just that it's basic; it's that it's very limiting, and it's very nonsensical the way that they like chose to like make it. It's not very good. In the original one, I understand. The first thing I did was I looked at the races and I was like, I want to be a dark elf, but I also want to be white. So I made a white dark elf. I made Jenny a white dark elf. It was fucking great. And it only took me like 30 minutes to figure out how to fucking like MacGyver the system to do what I wanted it to do. And it was pretty logical because things were pretty well labeled.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas in the new one, they're not well labeled at all. And if I want to make a dark elf look feminine, well, tough shit. You're gonna look like a tranny no matter what. Like,
So-
you don't get a choice. You're gonna look like a they them if you're a dark elf.
Is it modded? It's not. Is it supported by mods yet? I can't remember.
I have no idea.
I don't know if it's.
I mean, you could probably do it through Nexus, if anything. There was that whole Nexus mod debacle going on when they wound up fixing the Type 1 and Type 2, which that still weirded me out so much. I'm like, what the fuck is Type 2? And all of a sudden I've got, I'm a man, and I'm like, did they forget how to put male and female?
That's been going on for years now. Power World did it. You know, a lot of these companies have done it. Which is why
my eyes have been auto-translating that shit then, because I legit didn't fucking notice until goddamn Oblivion. I'm like, that seems really weird.
Type 1 and Type 2 for diabetes.
Diabetes.
But yeah, dude, I don't know. That's the one thing that really, really bothered me. That, and apparently they got rid of the more attractive looking female outfits.
I haven't found any of the pretty ones. The dresses. They used to have like nice necklines and everything.
Yeah, so yeah, all the outfits got nerfed. All of them got censored.
I'm actually really curious of why why they're doing this when they know, like, are you trying to convince us that you're not selling to nostalgia people that are clearly of age now? Because like Capcom's doing this with Onimusha 2, the remaster they're doing. They're like covering up a lot of the cleavage and stuff.
No,
it's like so it's like, why? You're literally selling it to people who played these games 20 years ago. They're clearly like, you're not selling them to children. Why are you like, are we more offended now by cleavage? Get the fuck out of here. No, we're not.
I like titties.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's the problem. I mean, that's a real big issue to me.
I still remember how much they wound up covering, which one was it? I think they did Street Fighter and King of Fighters. They covered a lot of the cleavage and nakedness there, and I am still not pleased. I want my hot naked ladies beating the fuck out of people.
Capcom,
and I want it now.
Weirdly enough, the mainstream games, Street Fighter and stuff like that, they've been in this weird thing where, and they're stealth doing it. Capcom's about one of the few publishers that I think that still hasn't really been super tainted, but it's catching up. Like, you know. You think these companies would have gotten the message by now?
The plague is spreading.
Well, that's what we were talking about earlier before you guys raided back in. It was these publishers and these giant corporations. They're all putting up this like weird united front where they're talking about raising games. They're talking about putting these LGBT things or these like progressive talking points in the games, doing more censorship or whatever. And they're all on this like united front against what gamers actually want. And it's so weird to me that it just feels super anti-consumer to me that they're doing these things.
I more see it as the money. I more see it as, why are they so ashamed of the original version? If so many people are in love with the original version, why are you so ashamed to just remaster it?
Mostly it's suits now. Mostly it's suits in a boardroom that approve these things instead of the actual, like, you know, before it was like brilliant game designer guy designs a game and it sells. Like, you know, it was owned by a group of friends started the studio or whatever, and one guy was like, they rock, paper, scissors and said, oh, fuck, you lose. You're the CEO now. We're going to go ahead and keep making the game. You have to deal with all the bullshit. And then they sell out to giant corporation. And then now it's a set of suits sitting around a fucking boardroom table making all the decisions. And there's too much cleavage in these things. We should tone that down. That's probably the biggest, that's probably exactly what's happening. And which is why the indie games are kicking their asses, because they don't have the fucking dipshit suits sitting in a fucking ivory tower somewhere making the dumb decisions because they don't actually play video games.
What sucks is that every time that you get one of these indies, they're gonna become big, and when they become big, the same thing's gonna happen to them, and it's all just a cycle.
Yeah, somebody's gonna come and whip out a fucking giant check with a bunch of zeros on it, and they're gonna go, okay. And the thing about it is, I
can't really blame them.
No, I can't either. But at the same time, we're seeing like I can't remember the studios. It's something Wolves or whatever. The Rebel Wolves that spun off of the CD Projekt Red guys that worked on The Witcher, and those are the creative talent. That Mind's Eye game that's coming out is made by a group of people who spun off of the GTA team. We're seeing these games come out that are more indie or whatever. Allow me to get their hand first. Yeah. clip last year where Square Enix devs talking about Dragon Quest III censorship was selling. Yeah, and then also, you know, the thing that come out about Square Enix saying that they were going to move away from like turn-based RPGs, and then like the biggest 3 RPGs that come out in the last couple of years were all turn-based RPGs. You know, Baldur's Gate, Cleric Expedition 33, you know, is 35 XU. Yeah, Expedition 33, 75 ex Ubisoft devs. Yeah, so I mean, these are being spun off, and you're right. They could very well sell out their thing again. And I think we're seeing some of these things where they're selling out, and now there's like, well, they're kind of regretting because
they're watching their baby get mutilated.
Yeah, basically, yeah. I think these companies would have
Look
gotten
what
this.
they've done to my boy.
Welcome in, Wandering Hellsman. Welcome in.
Yeah, I think what's going to happen is basically we're getting like a reset, right? Like all these like big companies are going to start to kind of either wash out or learn to play by the new rules, right? Or
It's going to be like the ET crash of way back when.
Which is which kind of brings me to
we're gonna
this.
have a new wave of AAA companies that are gonna start bringing us the new games that we all learn to love and become the new household names, and they're gonna sell out, and then it's gonna be up to the next generation to pick up pick up the slack.
It's an endless cycle.
So
and we finally found the end of the first one.
Yeah, Asian gotcha games are gonna eat their lunch. Yeah, that fucking Silver Palace game, not gonna lie, is probably one of the best looking games.
I'm so excited to try it.
And it's going to be a gotcha game, but it looks so good.
I can't help but imagine Sega, right? Like looking at Nintendo and being like, "Man, you either die the hero or live long enough to see
exactly."
the villain."
Oh my god! Did you see? Main wound up showing me earlier. The fucking their stupid tutorial thing straight stole. What is it? Green Hill Zone?
Yeah, it's Green Hills, the Sega soundtrack. Yeah, the Sonic soundtrack.
Fucking Sonic soundtrack to play in the background, and they basically they dumbed it down. They babyfied the music. They took all the really good parts out of it, and they're like, it's totally us.
I want to see this.
Yeah, here, let me pull it up.
Sounds good. All right.
Like, I am disgusted right now. I'm fucking appalled. Oh, titties! Hi.
There she is. She's
Heyo.
saying happy birthday! Yay!
Tenarian came in with the Chad Warden voice. Says
that's a good
Netflix
happy birthday.
ain't got games. It got games. There you go. Thank you, Tenarian. Appreciate that. Chad Warden. Chad. Listen, it's always a good show when you get a Chad Warden reference. And I.
You ain't able to use your arrow keys.
I was, but it's still locked on volume. So
copy.
Here we go.
Sonic the Hedgehog. We'll let you guys be the judge here. Okay, so once again, this is for the welcome tour here. I mean, that is like
It is very, very similar. I would not call
yeah, they
it
basically just
plagiarizing, but it is extremely similar and begs the question of
I thought it was really funny because I was listening to it. I wasn't watching the video at the time, but I was listening. I was like, "Holy shit, that is legit! Just ripped off fucking Sonic."
It's like, oh yeah, you can copy our homework, but change it a little bit. And they changed, basically nothing, and they went, "It's different."
Yeah. Ananta, Silver Palace, and Neverness to Everness. I haven't seen Neverness to Everness. I am looking forward to Ananta. I was looking forward to that game because they basically rip off the Spider-Man web slinging, or whatever. So I'm curious about Ananta. Silver Palace looks really good.
I want to Tokyo drift my horse now.
Yeah, that Silver Palace game, you drift your damn horse. Anyone spending 15 on that tech demo? Yeah. So the tech demo.
Yeah, there ain't no way in hell you're getting me to spend fucking $10 on a fucking tutorial.
Well, it's like I said, they showed there was like a 30-second video of the new carrying case for the Switch 2, and my comment was like, "Well, now you owe Nintendo $8.99 for watching that video." It's like, what the fuck, people? Like they would fucking charge you for it. They could get away with that shit. They would. Here's a weird like tangent thing that I have. But I watch a lot of these people that review like the critics that watch the movies and stuff like that. and then they were like watching the trailer for the new Superman, and Warner Brother keeps like copywriting it. Why are you copywriting your fucking trailer? It's a goddamn commercial. Don't you want more people to see your commercial? I mean, like, that's the dumbest thing ever. They think the revenue off of their YouTube video or whatever is going to make up the difference of people just like, what the fuck are you doing? WB,
We don't want
what are you
to
doing?
react to it. What if you don't like it? That's bad for our sales. We're just going to make everyone hate it.
Like, it's like actively preventing your into marketing.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny to watch them sabotage themselves in a way, because you just sit there and it's like, why are you chopping off your own tail?
Universal, or not Universal, WB, like, they keep doing like the dumbest shit. Like, Ubisoft has shot themselves in the dick 6 times last year or whatever, and
They're a
WB did
Kendall
it.
at this point. They've got nothing left.
Yeah, WB did it way more than that. Like, they make the dumbest fucking decisions. I don't understand it at all.
Sandpaper.
So. Talking about dumb decisions, I wanted to bring this up. We were talking about the $70 Doom game, and then of course we had Randy Bitchford up in here talking about Borderlands 4. Randy, don't sell Borderlands 4 for $80. Randy Pitchford, if you're a real fan, you'll find a way to make it happen.
I hate that is the recent fucking slogan for most gaming companies.
Yeah.
Oh, well, if you're a real fan, you'll find the money. Fuck am I supposed to do? Sell a kidney for your goddamn console that's going to go out within a few years?
I just don't feel like these people, I don't think they're worth this anymore. And like I said earlier in the podcast,
live in reality anymore.
Like I said earlier in the podcast, is like, I used to buy first party games, even like Assassin's Creed or any of these games, like,
you got first party quality.
And I would buy them, and then I would buy the deluxe version, which I would spend like an extra $10 or $20 on the game, because I thought, like, you know, I will give this companies extra money because I think they deserve it at that time. I would not I won't give these fuckers full price for these games, even if they were just $40. I mean, like, I'll catch them on sale maybe, but other than that, like, I'm never gonna give these fuckers full price. They don't deserve it anymore.
Well, there's also the fact that
Assassin's Creed game.
For fucking Borderlands, I don't even feel comfortable going back and playing their old games anymore.
Yeah, well, the EULA thing that, and so right now on Steam, Borderlands 1, 2, and 1 and 2 and 3 or whatever, the Handsome Jack collection, they went back
2, 3 pre-sequel.
Yeah, and they retroactively put in a new user agreement that if you had modded your game, and it like gives them kernel level access to your PC where they can get all of your information off your PC. They have access to all that shit. They can also ban you from these old games. They can ban your account if they find you using mods that they don't like or whatever.
That's insane.
Yeah, and these are all like, these games are fucking old as shit. But this is all retroactively done. And in that same EULA, if you read about it,
you're gonna like it.
if you was to make like a Let's Play video using their footage, they can copyright claim it and keep and they can basically use anything that you've made, more or less. And because it's in that retroactively one, it's damn sure going to be in the new one. So
that's crazy.
Yeah. Doesn't sound like we own the games.
It's like,
exactly. Yeah.
I fucking love Borderlands 2, and I can't even go back and play one of my favorite fucking games anymore because I refuse to accept that clause.
How do you retroactively go and say, hey, we added something new for the thing that you already did, and the new thing says that you have to pay us for that game? You know that video that you
it's
upload
how
to
scummy
YouTube?
bastards work.
It's
like
because it's
20 years
online.
ago? It's crazy. Like, how do you... I just don't understand how any court of law can be like, oh, yeah, you can change that user agreement. Yeah, that's fine.
It's just like how fucking Nintendo's doing.
YouTube, 10 years ago when those fucking games came out, yeah, you can have the revenue now, actually. Like, no. That's insane.
Yeah.
It's like what Nintendo's doing. The fucking the patents that are coming out years after Power World came out. Oh, yeah, well, now we're filing a new patent about this, and you can't do that anymore because we made this year.
And from the way I understood it, it's coming down from Take-Two, which also probably means GTA 6 will have the same fucking user agreement.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's insane.
Yeah. And they're already gonna make a fucking mint off that game. Sure. I mean, I watched the trailer. The trailer looks fucking amazing. I'm not gonna lie.
So good.
I
I'm
don't
gonna play it.
think I don't know.
I'm excited to play it. I know it's not gonna be great, and I know it's gonna have issues, and I know there's gonna be problems with it, but I don't care. It takes place in my backyard.
I'm so torn because like I have pretty fond memories of playing like GTA Vice City and shit back in the day, and seeing the modern Vice City now does sound
sounds magical.
Yeah, it sounds super good, but to me it's just like I don't know. These guys, it feels like they're gonna pull some fucking scummy shit. You know what I mean? But
They're
it does look really good.
It feels like they're going to pull the whole, everyone's got their games. Well, something's wrong with it now, so we're going to take it off online and we have your money. And you have your game.
The thing that it still aggravates me because they fucking milked GTA 5 for 3 console generations. And
Skyrim.
They scrapped
Correction. They executed GTA 5 and then they fucking milked GTA Online.
Yeah.
So they scrapped all of the like expansion, single player offline expansion stuff and just worked on the just the online stuff. Which the online was fun enough, I guess, but at the same time it was like, it's wild how you can agree with TNC and then on the other party unilaterally change the T and C after the fact, retroactively remove access if you don't comply. Yeah, terms and conditions.
Isn't it?
Yeah,
that is fucking bullshit.
Yeah, it's and that's why I don't trust in these games. I am, like I said, it does look really good, and I am kind of stoked to play that game. But at the same time, I'm like, damn it, these motherfuckers! I know they're gonna try to fuck everybody. So
I'm going to give it a little while to see the absolute bombshell that's going to go off when it comes to the market.
Do you think it will actually be the first $100 game, or do you think somebody else is going to beat them to the punch?
I kind of think someone else is going to beat them to the punch. In all honesty,
yeah. I mean, I can definitely see that.
I could definitely see it being $100 game. Sadly, but I can see someone beating them to the punch to it.
To me, so here's the crazy thing that I was thinking about all these, like, they're raising the prices and stuff like that. Sure, these games have been touted as making more money. Like GTA itself has made more money than any other intellectual property ever. And they charged $60 for it when it came out. Like, if you make a good enough game, it's going to sell. Like, they're trying to justify this extra $20 for every person. It's just greed, because if they sell millions of copies because they've made a great freaking game, they're going to make their money back. But if it's selling it at $80 to $100 makes them sell less copies, to me it seems like a dumb decision. Like, it just seems weird. I bought Mario Kart. Was the first $100.
I thought Mario Kart was the first, and it's not. It's close to it. I think it's 80. I think it's $79.99. It's almost there.
Well, the Mario Kart World. So the screwy thing about like the Mario Kart games, the new one was going to be $80, but if you buy the physical edition, they're talking about maybe charging $90 for the physical or whatever.
What?
To offset? Yeah. So that was the rumor. I don't know if it was rumor or if it was actually said it was going to be
on the physical.
Well, because it's a physical disc or whatever, that physical product, they're going to be able to sell it to you for more. So yeah,
if I have a physical copy, I want something physically on the bitch.
Yeah, it's just the card is just a key, so you have to still download the whole game. Which is another thing that kind of messed up with Doom, because people who bought the physical edition, the disc only had 85 megabytes worth of data on it. You had to download everything else with, on the game. Yeah, I don't know. I really think this, like, these developers and publishers that are circling a wagon saying all these, like, you should, it's probably fine. You're going to get your money's worth if you pay $90. If you think about it, it's probably good that they've raised the prices now. It's like, no. You guys have been making record fucking profits for years. You lose your ass now because you make dipshit fucking dumb decisions that nobody wants to play these crap games. because you listen to some dipshit in a boardroom instead of actual gamers, you're still doing it. Or you're listening to the Kotakus or whatever, the journalists that they're trying to placate to these people instead of the people that actually buy the games. I still don't get it. I hate modern gaming. True. I feel that. I feel that wholeheartedly. Like I think I should probably just sell my PC, move into the woods, start a fucking forge or some shit, and just do blacksmithing or something.
On a 6-year payment plan, please. Sell me your PC.
No, I will kill it. I will fucking give it a Viking funeral, send it out to sea.
I want to see what ray tracing is like.
I only played it on one game. Like, I just built this new PC like a month ago. I actually have one that's stout enough that I can actually fuck with ray tracing and stuff now.
I still play on medium graphics and lower.
I had a bunch of trailers picked out.
Did you close the window?
I'm working on it. So I wanted to show this one more thing here. So Forbes, Stellar Blade sequel confirmed, possibly coming 2026, which would be a pretty fast turnaround. Just 2 years for a sequel.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So I wanted to watch. So what is this? IP expansion on its way with high visibility. Stellar Blade console, blah blah blah. New marketing platform. These are Nikkei platform expansion sequel. Project Witches. So Project Witches, I think, is their newest one. 2026 seems really fast. Yeah, I agree. It does seem really fast, unless they're using most of the same assets from the first game.
Maybe.
So I'm curious. There's a bunch of stuff in the trailer for it. So there's like a Nikkei crossover that I wanted to watch. Yeah. So I got a couple. So you did the character creator for Dune Awakening, right, Jeannie?
For which one?
The Dune game.
Oh yeah, I did.
PC version has a Nikkei game mode. Yeah. I have the trailer pulled up for that.
I'm super fucking excited for Dune Awakening.
Yeah. So this is an official trailer. Come out 6 hours ago. So we've got a trailer for Dune Awakening.
Ooh.
So we'll go ahead and watch it. Hang on. I didn't switch the tab. Hang on. Hold up. I'm coming.
How dare you?
I'm working on it, guys. I'll get this streaming thing figured out one of these years.
Developed out of the need to replace thinking machines, the Mentats, trained on the principles of philosopher Gilbertus Albans, became one of the
anything
most
about this
important
lore.
people in the Imperium. Able to
I still wanna play
calculate
this game.
immense amounts of data and devise complex strategies. They are the most advanced tacticians on the battlefield. Combined with advanced assassination and combat technology, you will be able to think many steps ahead of your enemies. With a significantly higher cognition, as a Mentat, you can calculate trajectories and weapon handling to find weak points in an opponent's defense, or even guide the calculation
wizard,
of an
Harry.
external sentinel turret to assist you with extra firepower.
You're a wizard,
Focusing
Harry.
on
Cast
strategic
bullet.
control over raw strength. A Mentat is an expert in assassination technology, using poison capsules to trap enemies in a cloud of death. Or when out of sight, send in a hunter-seeker before the enemy has even noticed your presence. For a tactical advantage, the Mentats have devised further development of Imperial technology, such as the shield wall for extra protection. And to fool simple-minded enemies, a projection of yourself will confuse and scatter their focus. Throughout the dunes of Arrakis, any school can be trained and improved by masters.
Oh my god, there's a
increasing
lot
your
of
mental
classes. Holy
capacity
shit.
And further advancing your tactical technology.
I figured there's like
will let
3.
you hold the strategic
No, there's
advantage
loads of
in
different
any
playstyle,
situation.
loads of different things you can do.
But
I'm
to
so
reach
excited
the
to make
highest
it all over the
tactical
world.
operation, adopting other schools of thought will increase your mental complexity, opening up further possibilities. Focus your
Okay, that
mind
looks fucking
and
cool.
calculate each step
I'm
forward
so
to find the
excited.
optimal probability for your survival on Arrakis.
My
That
buddy,
does look really fucking fun.
My buddy is wanting to do like a role playing campaign server where we RP in Dune Awakening.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So I'm kind of curious what his idea is.
No.
So June 10th, yeah.
I'm not ready.
Yeah. You know, it's fucked up. They did the beta like last weekend. I signed up for it, but I never got it. Yeah, so Helmsman, they changed it. It was supposed to be an MMO, but then they took the MMO tag off of the Steam website for some reason. I don't really understand why. Like I don't know.
Well,
but it is an MMO. Like it is a massive multiplayer online game.
It's an MMO the way that like it's a survival game, right? So,
Yes.
so it's an MMO the way that Conan is an MMO,
Yes.
right? Where you can play in like a huge server with like tons of people.
Two things.
Right? So it's an MMO in that sense.
They don't have the big titty slider or the big dick slider that I can tell.
No.
So I can't wait for mods to get that. Like, it's not a Funcom game. Come on, guys. Dude, so it was so funny. I remember when Conan Exiles came out, one of their promotional things they would send out to like journalists or other YouTube channels or whatever was a fucking ruler. It said Conan Exiles.
Oh my god.
And it said like, how do you measure up or some shit like that was on the ruler. Big worm slider. There you go. I just thought it's funny. Yeah, so I am kind of stoked about this game. PlayStation and Xbox release date announced soon. Hopefully it plays pretty well and there's not a lot of shitty bugs in it. We'll see. But yeah, no, I'm stoked. I really enjoyed Conan Exiles a lot. So I am curious.
I'm excited.
All right, so here's the Nikkei cross.
Rated M for mature.
She gets an actual gun this time. Yeah, so this is just straight up the Nikkei gameplay. Okay, you get a dog. That's cool.
All the outfits, too.
Yeah. So I think they said that this chick is like a boss fight.
What?
Yeah, so she's one of the Nikkei. Oh, yeah, she is a boss fight. Let's go.
God damn.
Scarlet. Yeah, you didn't like the gameplay for Stellar Blade.
Everything I've got. Witness true power. My ultimate blade.
I'm sick of Sekiro legs.
What was that?
I said that I'm sick of Sekiro legs.
To me, this game played more like it played like a Metal Gear Rising. It's like action RPG. Because I played Sekiro, I didn't really care for that. Like, you know, if you didn't parry, you'd fucking die every time and shit like that. But I don't know. I enjoyed it. It was probably one of my favorite games that came out. Survival crafting, yes, yeah, in Dune Awakening. Yeah, I'm curious to see. Hopefully it doesn't, because I know it's like you start out in the desert and you have to like stay in the shade to survive or whatever.
Heat stroke.
Available on PS5 and PC June 11th, 2025. The Stellar Blade Cross Nikkei. So I don't know if I'm sold on buying this game on PC. I said I was going to buy it day one because I fucking bought a PS5 just to play Stellar Blade. And
God damn.
Yeah. Ultimate Blade means she's into pegging. I'm gonna need a back massage and some sweet talk first. So yeah, it looks really cool. I'm excited to play this. All right, what else do we got here? So there's a bunch of indie games coming out, but this is more.
Oh my god.
What the fuck is that?
What did I just watch? Sorry, go.
I don't fucking know, but it was cute, and I kind of want to kick it.
No, go back.
That's a crazy follow up.
Yeah.
It's cute, and I kind of want to kick it.
This looks like a VTuber.
That looks familiar to me. I can't tell you what it is though.
Yeah, chat. I'll stick with my PS5 version. Yeah, so I have it on PS5 as well. So I mean, I could just upgrade and play the biggest thing that I like having all of my monitors and everything linked up through my. So if I do my PS5, I have to like dedicate a monitor, and it's more of a hassle.
Yeah.
The biggest hassle for me is like syncing up my sound, because I like just having my headphones on where I can hear that, and if I want to talk on Discord, I can hear that, instead of switching shit back and forth or whatever. Yeah, I'm curious what this little not sure. It's for sure some type of tard meme. You got me. I don't know what the fuck that thing is. Yeah, so the twin expansion pack. So you get a fucking Raffi costume. I think there was an Alice costume too. Like there was a bunch of different costumes you get. So.
PlayStation.
All right, Blades of Fire. So this one I think was supposed to be like a blacksmith game or something. I'm not sure.
There are wounds that time will never mend.
Oh, maybe not.
And betrayals that no scar can hide. There are bonds that can never be broken. And fates from which none return. Today marks the beginning of the end.
This is some RPG shit right here.
The triumph of darkness. The death of hope. But that will not be our fate.
What the fuck?
Because we are born of iron.
It's hammer time.
Fire. Our will is tempered.
Yeah, it is a blacksmith game.
Steel.
I don't know what the fuck it is though. What's this game?
We forge our own legend.
Okay, there's some gameplay.
Oh, this game! I have seen this game before.
He just broke his fucking sword on this
fucking
guy.
lightsaber.
Well, I think the way it materializes, yeah.
Ah.
So you craft weapons. This looks pretty cool. This is like God of War-esque, maybe. Or is this Souls-like? I don't know. Souls-like, it seems to be that genre is getting bigger and bigger now.
Yeah.
Blades of Fire. It looks cool. Forge your legend. 505 Games. Why does that sound familiar?
Because there's like loads of different things to do. Just have 3 numbers as your fucking studio name.
Under attack.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Abbot Darren said the best place to hide something is the most obvious place.
Forger's bless the old man.
It's just their suite number and the building they're in.
I can't. It's blocked.
Brute strength.
You know I loosened it for you.
Millennial writing. Boo. Okay, Scaravan 66. This looked like a Nemo game, so I had to click on it.
Yay!
They're fucking chained together by your cards. What the fuck? The frat wolves.
Frat wolves.
The fuck? This is like Road Rash.
Oh, I know a game. My brother used to play a game like this. I don't remember what it was called, but it was like a bullet hell, but you had your gun, your car and shit.
This is like a physics engine driving.
This looks amazing.
Crash simulator. What the fuck? Okay, this looks pretty nuts.
This looks great.
Is this a roguelike?
Yeah, the game that I'm thinking of was as well. Basically, you had to
On Velvet
Deathfall.
What the hell? Fighting a fucking succubus. This looks pretty wicked.
I'm living for this music.
Coming to early access. July 16th. It's on fucking jet skis, bro.
Caravan
Let's
66.
go!
Wish list now.
This looks pretty cool.
Gotta try and figure out what that game was.
Scratch the Cat. 3D platformer. Okay. Is this Parappa the Rapper? It fucking is!
Parappa the Scratcher.
Musical world.
I'll be frank, the music does not fit what I'm watching.
Yeah, I'm not crazy about it. Gameplay looks kind of fun though. I mean, classic, 3D platformer. Somebody went to a fucking club and was like, yeah, this music's good. I don't know.
This is giving me strong, like, Crash vibes.
Yeah, it's like Crash
Bandicoot or
Parappa the Rapper, Jack
I don't
and
so much
Daxter.
remember Parappa the Rapper, but Jack and Daxter and like Banjo Kazooie.
Yeah.
Yeah, Banjo-Kazooie, I'm saying, yeah.
Yeah. It's what the kids listen to.
So
Kids are stupid.
yeah, that's just what all the new aged whippersnappers listen
I think
to.
I just lucked out because my son is super
Is
cool.
that a fucking Furby?
Yeah, my son is super cool and thinks a lot like me. So yeah, I lucked out. Well, for one too, because like when he was a kid, he was like all those stupid kid shows were coming out. I was like, yeah, you're not gonna watch that shit. You're gonna watch fucking Ninja Turtles and Tom and Jerry and like the shit that I grew up
all
watching.
the good shit.
I have a VHS player, and I brought like when I moved from Miami up here, I made an effort to actually crack open the old cupboard. Next
Nice.
to all the old VHSs and DVDs to watch growing up.
Perfect.
And I brought all of them with me, and we went our way to find someone on eBay that sells VHSs. And so yeah, I have like all but like maybe one or two of like Land Before Time movies.
Oh,
I
shit.
have loads of Power Rangers. I have loads of old school Disney. I got all that shit. I got Tom and Jerry.
Yeah, that'd be it. The cool part about it is this day and age, like you can find that shit on YouTube too. Like that's, I mean,
True.
It's awesome.
It's true.
It's awesome about it.
I had I was doing a watch along of Power Rangers SPD because it's my favorite.
Nice.
Oh shit! I went back through and like rewatched a bunch of Power Ranger stuff here a few years ago. I don't remember what I got up to. Like I just watched them all in order. I don't remember which one I got up to. But I tried to go back and watch a lot of the,
I think it's crazy how much some of it still holds up.
Yeah.
Like even like as an adult, it's like, yeah, you can see obviously like the like kiddish nature of like the writing,
Yeah.
where it's clearly like it's very much meant to be for kids, and it's not like super duper like class A acting or anything like that.
Yeah.
Right. But you can totally still be like, yeah, this is cool.
Yeah, that's also
Yeah,
back when they actually hired teenagers
cool.
to play the parts too, instead of hiring.
Oh my
30-year-olds
God,
or
having
whatever.
teenagers as teenagers? Who'd have thought?
So I remember in the original Power Rangers, the Red Ranger guy was the only one that wasn't 18. Like his parents, I was listening to a podcast with him on it the other day. Like he was 17, so his parents had to like sign consent or whatever for him to work as an actor. And it was like his first gig, too. Like, so it's pretty crazy. Okay, this is Glitch Spanker.
Glitch Spanker.
Yep.
Hey, yo.
The human.
Furbies.
Oh my God, no.
The Spank Stick. Got a
that Furby
nasty
holding
computer
your
virus?
thumb?
Eating the code of your favorite game?
Big
Well,
booty
that's no
slapper
worry at all
sticks.
with the Glitch Spanker Antivirus Spank Stick. Get rid of it with a simple swat of a stick.
What in the
Virus being a bit stubborn, a bit crafty, Glitch Spanker has the solution. Glitch Spanker. Just spank it.
Whoa now. You don't have
This
to
game
kill
knows
me
exactly
with
what it
eating your
is.
booty slapping game.
I appreciate.
Just give me a chance. Here, let's fix this commercial.
Make a new friend. Or several. Do a dance. Master magic. Slink in sewers. Succumb to the infinite void.
Oh no.
Oh my God.
Let me just, there's too many channels, too many options. I'll be here forever. I can't get away.
Unlock secrets,
With Glitch
customize.
Spanker, you can contain and torture any glitch.
You can
Be it
contain and
friend or
torture
foe.
any glitch.
Every choice is up to you. Glitch Spanker is not responsible for any damage done to your games, your health, or the loss of your mortal human soul. Deviation from the path of the game may result in the death of you, your
Yeah.
family, and possibly the
Bro,
entire
I
human
just
race. Any other
downloaded the
abomination
demo
on
to that, so I'm gonna
antivirus
try
will
it
avoid any refund
tomorrow.
claims. Please think responsibly.
I've got the demo downloading right now. I'm gonna try this shit tomorrow. This looks great. Sing, bitch!
Critical Shift. Curious about it. So just autoplay the next one. Yeah, so that game looked pretty sick. I'm curious about it.
Yeah.
You'll have to-
That could be very popular with the streamers
Yeah.
and like the YouTubers.
Yeah, it may be like the Poppy Playtime or whatever.
Yeah.
A Poppy Playtime popped off.
I miss back when Poppy Playtime was good.
All right, Critical Shift. Let's see what this shit's about.
Elevator inbound.
Might be the staff.
Lights out.
Oh, this is gonna be like a lethal company.
On your knees. Down on the ground. Now. Dumbass droids.
Oh shit! Oh no! Oh no! What the fuck is this? It's not what I thought it was gonna be.
Dick gun!
DU ammo traces.
Combat droid signatures.
This was the cleanup team. They didn't get very far. What could have done this to them?
The containment database is toast. It's been tampered with.
It figures. We'll have to hunt down answers the hard way.
Do we even have clearance for this?
This is gonna be set up isometric like XCOM, isn't it? It is.
Yeah.
My brother might like this.
You know, I enjoyed Baldur's Gate. I don't know.
Close call.
Piggy's got fucked up.
But it was worth it.
If it's multiplayer, it may not be too bad, I guess.
It knows our weaknesses. We need to act fast. Contact!
It seems stupid enough, though.
Figured out. We were prepared for anything.
Fucking summon lightning like Zeus and shit.
Rewrites the rules.
Oh no. Critical Shift. Interesting.
Cool. Not my thing, but cool.
Oh yeah, Frog Leg. So this was the. This
Oh
is
my
what,
God,
What
yes.
happened with Frogger meets Doom? Riveting. Totally awesome.
Toad Informer.
Unforgettable.
Frog's radar. I remember us looking at this one a while back.
This game has so much different shit in it. I have no Frog legs. Available now on Steam. Tabletop Simulator. Tabletop Game Shop Simulator. So it's another store simulator. Forge Battle Wars. Forge Wars Battle Books.
Okay.
The cool thing about this one, like you can, yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, you build minis.
Yeah.
Ooh, and you can paint?
Yeah. I may actually get this one. I'm not a Pokemon card guy, so the whatever the battle bot one, whatever that was, monster card, whatever the fuck. It looked like a cool game, but I'm not really a Pokemon card guy. Vindictus Dying Fate official cinematic alpha test release. I've been seeing shit about this game for like 4 years. I don't know when is it coming out, guys.
I still think it's weird to hear shit about Vindictus nowadays. Like, period. Last time I heard anything about that game was when I was still in middle school and really, really into Mega Man.
So this is a new game, basically.
I know, I think if I understand right, they're taking the story of Vindictus and putting it into a single-player game.
Cinematic trailer looks pretty sick. That guy fighting with just like a fucking pillar.
The Gnolls would do that sometimes. A lot of the area,
Goblin Slayer, come back.
A lot of the surrounding shit in the game is actually destructible, so you'd be able to pick it up and fucking beat shit at the enemies. It was kind of fun. Well, there he goes.
He did.
Oh, he very dead. Oh, damn them tits.
Hi. I like the visual highlight.
Oh, he didn't die. He just lost his helmet. Yeah, this is very Korean, sexy, sexy character.
I like they're not going for like realism. They're going for like very stylized, like characters that kind of play games. In their design.
Dual wielding knife looks pretty sick. This dude. Yeah.
What does the game look like?
Wish list on Steam. Alpha test June 8th. Fool's Trigger. So this was the Liar's Dice game that I was telling you about. It was...
Liar's Bar.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Remember how was it about?
They put a little bit more work into it.
So kind of Liar's Bar mixed with Squid Game.
Yeah, they added some more style to it, and it looked like they probably put some new rules and stuff. So did you see this?
The Phantom X.
Yeah, so I watched this trailer the other day. This is like a, I guess like a expansion. It's a standalone game, but it's Persona 5. So it's like a new characters and stuff. I really enjoyed Persona 5. I thought that was kind of interesting that still not making a 6, but they're gonna make a whole new game. So.
街中で見かけた迷惑な人をファントムって認定していくってやつってやつがターゲット。
Dude, so this was the only game that I've ever played. Like I was trying to get home every night, excited to play this game. And somebody was like, "Pace, what are you doing tonight?" It's like I have to study for finals because there's all time segmented in the game where like you have to do the finals or whatever. I was like, I'm studying. I have finals to take in the fucking stupid game that I was playing. I'd worried more about it than I actually worried about homework when I was actually in high school.
いつか欲望の搾取が始まる。だとしたら欲望を奪われるのを止めないと。
So it just shows these two characters. Oh, and an owl. I hate mascots.
めったに出会えぬ代物と見た。
首突っ込ませてもらうぜ。俺らで料理してやろうじゃないの。ダメダメ。
I guess we get more.
みんなまとめて地獄行きだ。
忠告しよう。わしらは全てをなくしてここにあるもの。立ちふさがるというなら全てを奪って進む前。
So here's the original characters coming back too.
分かった。私自分が何したいのか。
大勢の人から欲望を奪った罪償わせてやろうぜ。
It's pretty sick. The Phantom X. I mean, that comes out fucking next month. Holy shit. Cool. Okay, this is the Once Human
Raid Zone.
Yeah.
So is this the new season?
Yeah, we've been playing Once Human, Rosa.
Okay.
First person? Wait. Is there first person before? I mean, in the guns, yeah, but you can just walk around first person?
Not that I remember.
Alright, this guy made a very angular house. Loot or be looted.
Oh no.
So the raid thing, I guess this is PvP stuff. There's a PvE trailer too, I just didn't see it. The PvP would never go that well for me, like it would just, everything would get... Those outfits all look new. Once Human Raid Zone. Early access.
Rated
so
M
I
for
don't
mature.
think that's the current season that we're doing because the one that we're doing is 0G, not Raid Zone.
Right.
So that could just very well be the current season for the PvP servers.
Hey, have you ever wanted to play a Dark Souls game, but as a dinosaur?
Oh my fucking god.
Oh my god.
I've been watching
Dino Blade.
I've been watching the development for this game for years. It feels like now.
It does. You only get like little snippets of info every now and then, and it feels like gold mines.
Here's the thing. So this game originally started as just like an animator doing like a thing for fun.
Yeah, he was just kind of fucking around.
And then people were like, "Yo, this is a great game. When does it come out?" And he was like, "Huh?
Game?
What? I mean,
Steam wishlist now.
alright. But yeah, it's on
Yes.
Okay. Hell, man, that was
Still no actual release date on the Steam page, sadly, but
nice.
it is to be announced.
Nice. Yeah, that was all the trailers I had selected. There's a bunch of indies. Oh my god. So I counted. There was like 20 different trailers for Warhammer stuff.
Jesus.
What?
Yeah. So this is all released today on games trailers. They had like the 6-1 something indie game showcase thing.
Yeah.
And I'll just show you the screen that all of these announcements or whatever. So yeah, scroll down here to
What?
Warhammer, Dark Tide, DLC trailer. There's a fucking bolt gun DLC, a Vermintide fucking DLC, Bolt Gun 2 announcement trailer.
Holy fuck.
There was Space Marine 2,
Everything came out today.
Space Marine 2
basically.
Siege
Or
mode.
within the last few days, it feels.
Yeah, this is like every fucking like they basically just dumped all of their shit, at one time.
Bolt Gun 2 is cool. It's a game, dude. I played Bolt Gun. The game is awesome. The game is absolutely fucking awesome, but it makes me motion sick.
I love Vermintide.
Well, Bolt Gun is basically old school Doom, right? More or less.
Yeah. There's stuff for Rogue Trader?
Yeah, Rogue Trader.
I've been wanting to get on that.
I think I have that game. I bought it. Some buddies of mine were playing it. Oh. Let's see. Warhammer. No, I have Inquisitor. Inquisitor is the one. I don't have Rogue Trader. I have Inquisitor, which is the Diablo-like top-down game. Which everybody knows I love those. Warhammer Speed Freaks official launch trailer. Okay, I'm
Gotta
curious.
go fast?
The game is fantastically okay. Is that what that said? Is this fucking Twisted Metal?
This looks like. Oh, thank God. Twisted Metal with orcs. I am so down.
Bro.
It's kind of awesome, actually.
It's Warhammer's 40k Speed Freaks.
This looks great.
Yeah. Player-hosted games, offline play, 9 vehicles, 10 maps, unlockable orcs, no third-party account.
That's awesome.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, great. Fucking Jesus. Fun as fuck.
Out now. Oh, official Warhammer Skulls Showcase 2025. I'm guessing that's why they dropped everything. Skulls Showcase. I didn't know that was a thing. Cool. That's pretty wicked. Yeah. Vermintide official Verminous Dreams. The Well of Dreams. So like DLC for Vermintide 2. And that game's been out for fucking how long? Battle Sector, which is like a mini builder game. I'm still playing Dark Tide with some buddies. That's cool. That's really cool. Yeah. Curse of Pirates. No
Yarr.
thanks. Night Rain. Are you excited for Night Rain, Rosa?
Yes.
Are
Yes,
you?
I am.
Are you?
I'm not a fan of Elden Ring, right? And I like that this game is them moving kind of away from like the Souls-like genre because they've. I'm sorry, but
Been there
I
too
don't wanna,
long.
It's not even that. It's just I don't want to see a Souls-like from Miyazaki anymore. I just don't. I feel like
Valid.
I don't know. I don't know what Miyazaki is chasing, but he's like lost the plot on like what the whole on like what made the Souls games
Yeah.
phenomenal. And he's just chasing the like hardcore players of just making the game harder.
Yeah.
Not necessarily well designed, just harder.
Yeah, and that's no
And
fun.
I've it's made me like no longer be excited. Whenever
I
I
went-
see from something, it makes me sad.
I played I enjoyed Armored Core 6. I really enjoyed that game. But I wish, that FromSoft has Tenchu. Why not make a fucking Tenchu game? Fuck's sake, guys. Come on. Give me some stealth assassin game. That's not like there's a fucking open slot because Assassin's Creed shit on their fucking title or whatever. Nobody else is even fucking doing that now. So I re-downloaded Elden Ring. I spent like 4 hours installing a different mod pack to like change the game up or whatever. I got into the first cave, lost to the boss like a dozen times. I was like, fuck this. Uninstalled it.
I platinumed Elden Ring. So
I
love like when I talk about Elden Ring, everyone, all of the fucking Miyazaki like cocksuckers fucking come out of the woodwork. Like, yeah, bad, yeah, skill issue. I platinumed the game.
Right.
I platinumed the game. I've done like all sorts of different runs on it. I've done little challenge runs for fun on it. The game is not hard. It's just badly designed.
Now, my thing, so the mod I downloaded actually gave you more mechanics, which is what that game needs, obviously. So it gives you like a deflect mechanic, and then it also gives you like another way to dodge, which is just like a duck. You just fucking duck down or whatever, and like you can duck under attacks. So trying to figure that out would be fine if they didn't have this stupid ass randomized fucking attack timing. And it's like you can't. It's like
I made a post recently where I said that I blame Elden Ring for the popularity for convincing gamers that bad fucking what's what I'm looking for? I forgot the word just now.
It's like staggered
no.
attacks or whatever, staggered timing.
It's not choreography. What's what I'm fucking looking for? I can probably find my own fucking tweet. When my brain doesn't work well enough to fucking remember. even things that I myself have fucking said.
Like mechanics or whatever.
Well, yeah, the game just generally has bad mechanics. I do just generally feel like Elden Ring has a bunch of bad mechanics that are excused in the name of, but the game being hard is good, right? That's what we want, right? We want the game to be harder, right?
Yeah. So my thing with Elden Ring was I would just like
telegraphing.
Telegraphing, yeah. Okay.
Elden Ring has convinced gamers that telegraphing is a good thing, actually. Bad telegraphing is actually a good thing.
No,
and it's just like, no, it doesn't feel fucking good when you, what makes Dark Souls good, right, is that no matter what playstyle you choose to play at, you can be effective at that playstyle because Dark Souls isn't a hard game.
Right.
Dark Souls is a game where you bash your head into the wall until you master the controls. When you master the controls, there is no difficulty in Dark Souls. It's not hard, right? Elden Ring is a game where you have to like master very specific, precise way to deal with certain things. You can't deal with things in multiple ways. You have to like there's the right way to deal with them,
right?
And then there's cheese, and there's no in between.
Well, that was me. It was like, get a build that's fast, that does a shit ton of damage, and fucking hit them and kill them before they get a chance to attack. That was my strat. Because if you tried to dodge or try to do all that shit, you roll away, get where you could do a bunch of damage, and then just stay the fuck back. You know what I mean? Like and that was it. I mean, like it really wasn't hard, if you did it that way. But at the same time, if I was trying to I've watched people like. One guy beat the fucking Margaret. He's like, no roll, no run, no what. Like, literally was stepping just a couple steps and just dodging these attacks completely. I'm like, These motherfuckers heat seek me. I don't understand like how the fuck you're doing that because he can attack over here and it will still hit me over here.
I can explain to you exactly how they do that. So the way that they do that is that basically the enemy's pattern is dependent on what distance you are away from them. So how do they do it? They practice a very specific way of moving, a very specific pattern. They practice this shit down to the fucking T. And this is basically what you're expected to do to play the game, quote unquote, properly without, doing like, going out of your way to make like an overpowered build or cheesing it somehow.
Yeah.
This is how you're supposed to beat Melania, for example. You're supposed to only dodge like the first attack and then you walk through the rest of it. Of her fucking waterfowl dance, and there's a very specific way that you walk through it. You don't dodge through Melania's attack. And everyone dodges it the exact same way. Go watch people fight Melania, like people that do like no hit runs and shit, go watch them fight Melania and watch they all dodge her the exact same fucking way, because there's only one way to dodge her, because that's the way they fucking built her.
Gross.
They built her so that you don't have to. Yeah, it's not about learning mechanics, not learning the fights. It's about learning this very specific, obscure movement that you have to do, and the whole game is full of shit like that, where it's just like.
I got to the point.
That makes it not fun.
I got to the point to me where I was just like, I'm summoning my fucking guy out to fucking like. I would summon an assassin that would do, I think it was death damage or some shit, where she couldn't regenerate her health bar. Because of the certain type of damage that these weapons would do, like she couldn't regenerate, and I think I beat her in like 5 tries. But I was like, "Fuck this! I'm not."
I hate because like Asmon Gold complained about this, right? And then people were like, "Oh, just try different builds, blah 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 blah." It's because you're trying the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. It's like, but that's what Dark Souls is about.
Yeah.
Because Dark Souls wasn't about if in an RPG. The advice you have to give someone else is tackle the problem by doing a different play style.
Yeah.
Your RPG sucks. Sorry, but that's just true. Your RPG sucks as an RPG.
Yeah.
It fails as an RPG. It's a great action game, but all the reasons it's a dog shit RPG.
Yeah, I mean, the cool part about it was there was a bunch of hidden stuff you could find. There was, I liked how the world felt. I really enjoyed that, aspect of the game. But yeah, when it came to the combat and stuff like that, yeah, I would just build an overpowered build and I didn't give a shit. You know what I mean? I'll summon motherfuckers in. I tried really hard to like get good or whatever the fuck. And like at one point in time rage quit. I live streamed it.
That's just not what Elden Ring's about. It's not about getting good.
Yeah, my first
it's learning the specific obscure movements. It's about doing the overpowered build. It's not about getting good the way all the other Souls games were about perseverance. So that's what they were. They were lessons in perseverance.
Yeah.
And then Elden Ring was just not that anymore.
Yeah, so I don't know. To me,
Elden Ring felt like Miyazaki just desperately trying to make a challenge for the people that keep telling him that his games are too easy. Like it feels like there's like a disconnect between what makes Souls games good and what Miyazaki thinks makes Souls games good.
And also, like, it was at the right time. Like, I got into it. I had like 150 hours or whatever in Elden Ring. I enjoyed it, but then like when the DLC came out, I passed. I didn't buy it. I watched the trailers. It looked really good, but all in all, I just didn't buy it. Like, I don't know if I'm ever be in the headspace to play another. Like,
I made the mistake
Souls
of
game.
buying the DLC.
Yeah.
The Elden Ring DLC. I need you to understand. I never finished it. I just never finished it. I couldn't bring myself to finish it because it pissed me off.
Yeah.
And the reason why it pissed me off is because they just completely stepped away from it even being an RPG to begin with. The enemies are not scaled off of your level, right? Like how to put this? No matter how much you grinded the game to prepare for the DLC, sorry, you can't play the DLC your way.
Yeah.
Right. The difficulty for the DLC is not dependent on you as a player and how you wanted to experience the DLC. It's Miyazaki wants you to play this his way, which means that instead you have to go. Your levels don't matter for the fights. What matters is how many of this obscure item you've collected. We're not playing an RPG anymore, where things are based off of off of putting like stats into like putting points to stats to make a build. No, none of that matters. What matters now is that you go and you acquire these arbitrary items that will give you a flat stat boost. And the more these you acquire, the easier the DLC is. And you're supposed to go and acquire these before you fight bosses. because Miyazaki wanted everyone to have the exact same experience, regardless of how much you leveled or how much you played the game. Sorry, what's that? You kept playing the game years after release because you wanted to prepare for the inevitable DLC and play it your way, play it at the level that you wanted to play it at. Well, go fuck yourself. Miyazaki wants you to play it his way because he wants the game to feel hard no matter what, because that's what he's chasing. He's chasing giving you the hard experience, the hard game, living up to the hard game sort of, thing, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's where I don't know. I feel like Miyazaki has gone from being a good DM to being a DM who is purposely antagonistic towards the players.
Do you think?
To use DM terms?
Do you think? I mean, this is just a stupid theory that I had. Do you think that fucking dipshit Railroad Martin or whatever got in his head and wanted to like, yo, you should kill all your main characters off or whatever? Because he's the one that wrote the story, wrote the backstory for the world. Or whatever.
No, I don't think so. I don't think Jeremiah had anything to do with it. Here's the thing, right? You can see, right? You could. I really do think that who got into Miyazaki's head was the players.
Yeah,
I think that's what happened. I think the players got into Miyazaki's head. I think the players being like, oh, the fucking Dark Souls 3 Poison Swamp. It's not as bad as the poison area in Dark Souls 1. Oh man, you should have seen Blight Town. Oh man, Blight Town, right? Oh, the Elder Ring Poison Swamp. It's nothing compared to Blight Town, right? And I think what it is that like because everyone always talks about like, oh, here's it's Miyazaki game. It's got to have a poison swamp. Why? Why does it have to have a poison swamp? It's because Miyazaki wants to give that. He wants to get that same rise out of players. I think Miyazaki is chasing, that sort of vibe of like players being like, this game is so hard, and being like, that's right, my game is hard.
Yeah.
Right. My game is difficult, and that's why he keeps making these poison swamps, and he tries to make each of them more annoying than the last, but they just aren't. None of them are anywhere near as bad as Blighttown. You know what dev team succeeded in making an area more annoying than Blighttown? The Dark Souls 2 devs. They did it twice. They made Shred of Amana, which did not have poison. It was not a poison swamp, but it's an area more annoying than Blighttown. And they made the fucking Frozen Wastes in the fucking DLC, which fuck that area. Holy shit, fuck that area. I had to do both of those areas one-handed for a challenge run. Fuck that. Right? And I feel like Miyazaki's chasing that. And I think that's like seeing that sort of like same behavior over and over again, I think is like the biggest proof that what's really gone to his head is the players. And the players basically being like, Dark Souls is such a hard game. Dark Souls is such a hard game. And no one says it anymore about Dark Souls games. Yeah. That stigma is gone because people have understood. People have realized that the game just needed time. You just need time to get good at the controls. Not the game, just the controls. Just to master the controls. Right? And, there's always going to be the hardcore dipshits who are like, their call to fame is the fact that they beat the hard game. They can't wrap it around their heads that the game was never hard to begin with. And so they need to get a sort of like sense of superiority by beating progressively harder games. And Miyazaki's feeding into that.
Yeah.
I think that's what's happening.
I can see that. To me, the way you talk about Miyazaki, I feel the same way like with Kojima and just like how crazy his fucking ideas were. Like my thinking was with Death Stranding or whatever, Metal Gear was...
You don't like random goop babies?
Metal Gear was crazy, but Konami kept him like on a leash. And then when he got out, he made fucking Death Stranding, which he didn't have anybody telling him no. And that's what Death Stranding is with Kojima. I just thought that was funny. Because I feel the same way. I feel that way, the way Jeannie feels about Miyazaki. I'm not a Souls guy. Like I literally played Elden Ring, and I begrudgingly got into it. I enjoyed my time with it, but I've never played any of the other Souls games. I played Sekiro for like a little bit. I fucking rage quit out on that shit. It's just not for me. I don't.
I platinum Sekiro.
Yeah.
I was one of the first like 50 people to platinum Sekiro.
Nice.
Damn.
I wanted to watch this one trailer before. I'm gonna have to go. I have to get up early as shit in the morning to go to work.
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch it. So we got the Monster Hunter Street Fighter 6 crossover, which we knew the Street Fighter collab was coming. I was just curious what it was gonna be. So
this is interesting.
Yeah.
Has the weight of my fist sparked a killing intent within you, Hunter?
What?
That's the fucking that's the VO from Overlord or whatever, but I don't know.
Are we? Is the Kuma gonna become a fucking monster?
Well, he was a skin in Rise.
Oh, he's a skin. Okay.
So you got Akuma back. With Akuma moves, though, you can fucking fist fight the monster.
What the fuck?
Let's go. They gave you like a Hadouken and shit in World, but
it was just an emote.
Yeah, it was just an emote. This is like full on moveset.
Like, sure, you could technically use the emote to damage the monster, but it was basically like if you did a shadow boxing against it. You got ones and twos. This actually looks like I can beat the fuck out of the monster.
It's Blanca. They gave you a fucking Blanca costume for your.
Perfect. You can't just ignore Blanca, man. You gotta have him all the time.
Oh fuck, he's just doing fucking.
Masterfully grilled, Hunter.
He's got voice lines. Okay. Yeah, okay. We're just gonna fucking get Akuma skins. Just beat the shit.
Akuma wins. Yes, this is the battle I hunger for.
You're just killing serious.
Let me beat the fuck out of all the monsters.
What the fuck? It's gonna be like
that looks great.
Oh shit!
Misots.
Ooh!
Here comes a new challenger.
Yeah, hate that I do this. Never feel lose. And when I get up in the game, your RP improve. A real problem, but I solve them all.
Okay. So is that Ada or whatever her name is in both of those, like a Cammy costume and a Chun-Li costume?
Okay.
Yeah. Nice.
I get behind
Definitely interesting.
Yeah. I wondered if they were going to give like a female Street Fighter skin, because they haven't done that. They did. I mean, you can for your handler or whatever, but like an actual for the female players to have like a Chun-Li or somebody.
It'd be fucking nice if we could, because
Yeah.
goddammit, if I want to show off my ass, let me show off my ass.
Yeah, I know. Like it seems to me like it's Akuma. That looks fucking wicked. Like if you could just straight up fucking street fight
Deck a
monsters.
monster, please.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, it's fucking sick. But like I said, I wish they would have gave like an actual for the female hunters or whatever, a female Street Fighter character. I feel like it's a missed opportunity.
It is.
But still sick nonetheless. What day was that? May 28th. Next week.
Huh.
Cool. Cool.
Might have to look into re-downloading it, because I'll admit I uninstalled the thing since every time I played it, I got motion sick.
Yeah, that's what sucks. So you didn't play it on like a lower performing system, did you, Rosa? Monster Hunter?
The Wilds?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I played on PS5.
Yeah, so
I've had no issues.
so on PC, if you didn't have like a high specs PC, it looked and ran.
It runs like ass.
It runs like absolute dog shit. And if you turn the settings all the way down, it literally looks like a PS2 game.
And it still doesn't matter, because you're still gonna lag like shit. So you know that god awful smear that they've been doing to try and make it seem like stuff is smooth?
Yeah, frame gen bullshit.
it would do like an after image. So your character's arm would be going forward, and I would have the after image of that bitch from start to finish. Just all the way. It's like fucking stop motion. It actually makes me sick to play. If they have not fixed that, I still can't play that fucking game.
That's crazy. I've not had that issue at all.
It's an unoptimized mess if you don't have, because like, so I had an 8 gig card in my old PC, and like it was capping it out, and it just sucked. I didn't.
Oh yeah, and the random times where everything just becomes aggressive Doritos.
Yeah, everything is just.
I'm also glad I don't have to do the fucking story anymore, because every time there was a cutscene, I got flashbanged.
Yeah, it would just white out the screen. I don't know. Like I said, it sucks. It is unoptimized.
I love Monster Hunter. I want the game to be optimized better, so I don't feel like I'm going to vomit and die when I play.
Yeah, this is why I almost never buy new games for PC, and I almost always buy them for console instead, just because like I've noticed a trend lately where like games just run like shit on the PC.
Mm-hmm.
Well, so Capcom is notoriously bad for PC ports anyway. Always has been. And it's like I said, it's just I don't know. That's what sucks too, because PC gaming is getting more and more expensive right now. All gaming is getting more and more expensive, technically, with everybody threatening to raise their fucking prices of their consoles. But you know, what are we gonna do? I guess
Buy a Steam Deck.
Stop playing games.
Buy a Steam Deck.
Real.
Fucking play Monster Hunter downstairs. I don't give a shit.
Maybe you should just buy a PS5, Demo.
I am not buying the Seto Kaiba machine.
All right, it is. I gotta go to bed. I gotta get up early. I gotta go to work early and then get off, and I have to drive to my parents, where my parents are, or whatever. I have to go to the courthouse up there where I filed for divorce and officially like sign out from paying child support because my son graduated this week. So I don't know to pay. So I'm done.
Hell yeah!
But I gotta get up there.
Very nice.
Yeah, and fix the AC on my pickup that stopped working. So
yeah, there's that fun shit.
Yeah. Super fun. Hopefully,
well, it's been wonderful here with both of you. Good to see you again, Rosa.
Next week. Likewise.
Yeah, thank you for joining. Definitely gotta get you back on.
Sorry again that I joined late.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I want to get you and Pay on at the same time too, eventually. So we'll have to figure that one out. And
that'd be fun.
I gotta get Jazz back on. Haven't had him on in a minute. Yeah, I'm gonna try to do some more stuff. I'm struggling here. trying to get my streams
He got
and
that
shit.
burnout something bad. That's why he's gonna go on vacay.
Yeah, I got vacation next week going out to Utah, so I'm gonna try to like detox myself from some screens for a week.
Hell yeah. I need to do the opposite. I need to like just fucking zone in.
Well,
he gets to go visit the Grand Canyon.
Yeah, I'll go to the Grand Canyon. But so I actually wanted to bring it up. I just ran out of time. Is I've been building my own tabletop RPG. What's in Utah? Just the scenic sites and stuff. The Arches National Park.
It's
and
pretty.
There's some like hiking trails and jeep trails and stuff out there. So we're gonna go out there, just be in nature for a little bit. But yeah, no, I'm building my own tabletop RPG whole system. I've been working on it. Like,
we haven't done the playtest in a while. The original one that we did was still really fun.
Well, I bet that's my problems. Like I've kind of canceled 2 playtests just because I can't get my shit together and get it all done. I've got the maps, I've got everything. I just gotta lay it all out and fucking make it work. But so I'm hoping after I get back from vacation, I can work on it some more. But I do want to work on my. I'll I don't know, give you guys some more details later. I would be interested because I know you run a D&D game weekly.
Mhm.
I'd be interested if you'd take a look at it and see what you think.
Dude, hell yeah! I'm actually planning to do a stream with a friend next week. Next week's my collab week.
Mhm.
I do every month. And I'm planning to do a stream with him where he's actually gonna have me make a character and I guess maybe test run. I don't know if we're just gonna make a character with a system that he's working on.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yep.
So,
sweet.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Mine is,
I'd love to do something similar to yours.
yeah, mine is basically like it's a one shot builder more or less. Like there is like continuation stuff in it, but it's more or less. I built it more board game like for a group of people to sit down and play for like 2 or 3 hours. So yeah, survival horror themed. So yeah, I'm curious. I'll send some more info on it. I've got to get some play testing set up.
You know, I'm always down when you're ready.
I know. I just got to quit being a little bitch and get it done.
Hey, man, go on vacation, enjoy the vacation, take in the sights, become one with nature once again, become caveman. Unga bunga, throw some rocks. Maybe not on the national thing. That'll get you in trouble.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, cool. Well, thanks everybody for joining in. Thanks everybody for hanging around with the podcast. It was a good stream, Brother Doom. Thank you. FYI, it's perfect time to land a joke. Mormons, it's hunting season. I don't know. They probably outnumber me out there. So cool. Well, thanks everybody. We will be back again next Thursday. One more podcast before I go on vacation, and then I will be off for a week or two. And then be back. So go check out Rosa/GD at Mercury Manor on YouTube and Twitch. Check out Nemo Mimi streaming 5 days a week on Twitch. And yeah, follow us around on all the places or whatever. Good stream. Have fun with your vacation. Thank you. Will do. All right. I am bad at rating, so I don't even have anybody pulled up to raid. So we're just going to end the stream.
Have a good night, everyone.
Have a good night.